Hello, welcome back to another Sunday here at Shadows of Nox, where we are playing Call of Cthulhu. I am Elizabeth. I am running the Terror of the Ivory Throne. This is session 8, which I am calling Vacancy. I'm going to go over the content warnings really quick, and then we will introduce all of our players. They're the same for the most part as they always are. Blood, gore, human sacrifice, hearing voices, seeing horrific visions, murder, arson, occult practices, amnesia, being eaten alive. And this time we are also adding being stuck on the water for long periods of time, which also, along with that, the potential for drowning. And for tonight, and for the next couple of sessions, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly shenanigans. Tonight specifically, I am using real places. And I promise you, I have done my research, but I have purposely changed things for the story. So before anybody yells at me that this isn't right, the time that this wasn't open at this time, I know. There are reasons for it, I promise. You may or may not find out tonight.
Fantasy worlds.
There are reasons for it, and I'm very excited for the reasons, and eventually you guys will figure it out, hopefully. But we're going to go around, we're going to introduce everybody. Just give us a quick who you are, who you're playing, where can we find you, and tell us one thing that happened last session. We are going to go, I'm just going to start picking randomly, I think, because I think that's more fun. Now I'm going to go backwards again. So Teslin, you're first.
Hi, Teslin Kieran Hawk, also Tom Augustine. I am playing Theodorus Zamis, or Theo. He is a private investigator and soldier of fortune. The significant thing he did last session was he did not get framed for shooting one of the other party members, and he caused a vehicle to crash by shooting at it. That is pretty. Oh, and he also, gave the party a whole bunch of money that he stole from somebody he killed. You can, in addition to catching me here tomorrow night at 9:00 Eastern on another Cthulhu game, Echoes of OSS, you can catch me on Gen Con TV on Thursday. We're playing Shadowrun. And this week, the runners are trying to make their way home. And that is all I got. So I guess it goes to Andrew.
Yep.
All right. I am Andrew Bryant, also known as Roadkill. I am playing Michael Dotson, the kind of parapsychologist master's student, who last time didn't do much except for try to do first aid to the best he could in the back of a moving vehicle.
While the person shooting at
while
people.
the person shot with the other arm that he wasn't bandaging. That was fun. And tried not to completely lose it when we were about to get hit by a train, but that's...
Mom said she got hit by a train.
You can find me pretty much here on Shadows of Nox for this wonderful Cthulhu game, and then tomorrow night at 9 I am running a Cthulhu game of my own, the Echoes of the OSS, and that should be very fun, mixing espionage and the mythos. So, yeah.
All right. Up next is John, our favorite psychopath.
Oh.
Hello, I'm Abernath Quinn. That's the character I play in this game. And I am innocent until proven guilty. Thank you very much. No one knows how Ollie died. If I remind you, I found him in bed with the word Schrader above the bed frame. I don't know how that happened.
No. You don't get to lie to the viewers. You don't get to lie to the viewers. You can lie to us as players. You don't get to lie to the viewers.
Yeah, the viewers get to be omnipotent. I'm just...
I smothered Ollie and have thus far beaten the charges. So there we go.
There we go.
It's all part of my tragic backstory, TM. It's not excusable. It's just all part of the backstory. So when I'm not here being absolutely maniacal on what I call Unholy Sundays, I am the GM of both Power Ranger games on Wednesdays. This week, I guess I'll let one of the other Centurion players talk about it, but this week, because my Wednesdays in June are all in real life having to do with Rhino Fest here in Chicago, where my plays are happening. So there are some shenanigans happening with Power Rangers Centurion that you want to tune into. So it will be happening on Wednesdays. It'll just be a little different, a little zesty, if you will. And then every other Wednesday, so next Wednesday, the Power Rangers podcast should have a YouTube episode coming out for the Term Paper Trilogy, which is part of Seasons 2, Sentinel's senior year, of which several people here are in that cast as well. Yeah, and also I put out a casting call for something called Summer School, which is going to be a fun summer-based thing with zombies that several people have jumped on the bandwagon for, but there are still a couple of spots left if you are interested in potentially fighting off a zombie gym teacher. I'm not going to tell you when they appear. I'm just going to tell you I have statted them out already. So if you're big on zombies and you're adding something fun, called Summer School, then come be part of the Good Kids in Show Choir or the Bad Kids whose detention is dealing with the Good Kids in Show Choir. It's like Glee meets The Walking Dead, and I don't think I should have to sell it any harder than that.
That should sell itself at that point.
Yes, and the next person to be able. Something that I did was. Can I actually say what I did? Because it's something I did off. I did like off camera technically.
I will. Why is my thing being weird? Sorry. I will let that's up to you. If you would like to share that information, you are more than welcome to.
Because the other player agreed to this, and I want to see everyone's face when I tell them. I bought some paper and ink, and I'm using the ink for other purposes as well. But I'm also sending off some anonymous letters to the editors of the newspaper where Charlie works to get them committed if they survive this cruise. So if they get back to England, they may end up in an insane asylum. And I think that's the perfect way to have them introduce themselves.
I would say that I'm surprised, but I have been playing with you and for you for the past 2 years, and I'm just not surprised anymore. Here we are. Hi, I'm Katie.
It's only if you get back. You know, it's not in game. It's only when you get back after the game has ended if we survive this.
Sure. It's fine.
It will be hilarious if she's the only one that survives at that point. Then.
Charlie found a girl calling it.
Right.
She might
right here.
need to go to the asylum at that point.
I might need. I don't. You know what? A grippy sock vacation sounds like a really good idea half the time. I feel like I really should take a grippy sock vacation. It would be really relaxing. Anyway, hi, I'm Katie. I am Dungeon Mistress Katie on all of the things. And when I'm not here, I am sometimes also here on Wednesdays, as John was saying, one of the Centurion Ridge Rangers, the Yellow Ranger. And then on Tuesdays and Saturdays, I am over on D and Denial on Twitch, playing Shadowrun on Tuesdays and D&D on Saturdays. And see what else D&D related. So I'm actually finishing up a TTRPG that I'm writing. I don't know that I'm going to make it. I don't know that I'm going to put it out on here until after Gen Con because I'm like crunching time because I'm me and somehow it's 50 days away from Gen Con. But I am writing I'm writing a TTRPG, one shot currently, but it'll turn into a small campaign eventually. It's called The Withering, and it's going to be really cool. I'm running it with my little boy, and I'm also going to be doing 2 live actual plays at Gen Con. I'm going to be playing D&D on both Thursday and Saturday nights with D and Denial at the Lucas Oil Stadium, which is super cool. Like. It's just nutty to me, the idea that that's happening. So that's exciting. And there are tickets available for that. My table is sold out for The Withering, which is also freaking madness that people are actually paying money to like let me DM for them. Like, okay, it's exciting. And if I'm not doing D&D related stuff, I'm probably singing someplace or starting plays and doing operas or all of the above at the same time. So I'm a busy person. And tonight I'm playing Charlie McGowan, also known as, what did we say? The Stabby Chihuahua of Doom. Big nifty energy right here. So
Yeah.
Next up we have Lottie.
Yes. Yes, I'm Lottie West. You can find me on socials at Lottie West. I am here on alternating Wednesdays in the Power Rangers podcast as Cecily Adwell, Blue Ranger, with a penchant for giant turkey legs and other Ren Fair foods because she's a Rennie. And I'm also here, and I do how to be being villainous 101, where I have another character that has a big nifty energy. She is a stabby little goblin, and she's very fun and very, very evil, which is, to be expected. Things you can find me doing. If I'm not here, I'm playing a bunch of other games that are whatever, but then I also doing burlesque here in Chicago, and I'm also the social media marketing director for BCon, which is a LARP convention here in the Chicago area in September. So if you're interested in trying out LARPing, it's a really cool opportunity. We have a lot of really great games that have been proposed. One of the games is actually the first game that I've ever written. It's called Whispering Pages, and it's a cozy LARP about ghosts in a bookstore, and there's a lot of gay things, and it's very gay and very tears, and it's fun, and you're gonna cry, and it's gonna make you feel good, but also cry, but in a good way. So if you're interested in that, BCon's badges are for sale right now, and I would love to play with a bunch of you guys, and I would love people to come and try my game because I'm excited about that. What else? Yeah. I'm playing Dr. Priscilla Ben. She's Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. And she last game, what did she do? She rolled really good on some stuff. So I cannot remember what it was.
You didn't get shot either.
I did not get shot. And I did not stay in the barracks because my dear friend Charlie McGowan told me that it looked like the same barracks from a dream where she murdered me. And I don't want to get murdered. So that is
but still
what I want to do. Let's we'll see. So yeah, that's the how are we deciding who goes next? Everybody had like a
left.
Well, process of elimination.
Yeah, Joe's the next one.
No. Oh, okay. I just didn't know how we were doing it. Everybody was so like definitive.
Well,
and okay.
On the Discord chat.
Yeah, I was going
where we are.
Oh, well, I'm trying my best. I am a natural
doing what?
I'm a natural blonde. I dye my hair red. So
Hi, everybody. My name is Joe, also known as Clockwork Tuba. I'm a Twitch streamer. You can find me on both my channel and YouTube, all under Clockwork Tuba. I'm also I have a credit as an RPG writer, and that will never not give me imposter syndrome to say out loud. But aside from that, I am here on this channel on this ongoing game for Shadows of Nox, and I don't think they've realized yet, or they might have, but every time they put up a casting call, I'm one of the first people to spam the button, because yes, why not? They're amazing people, and you should join the Discord and do the same thing. But yeah, I play RPGs and cozy games. Currently we're playing Lightyear Frontier, which is a cozy mech farming game where you get to stomp around on your little mech and like terraform this little patch of world and like do cozy farming things, and it's wonderful and adorable. Tonight I'm playing Barrett Fredericks, the only one who apparently has no big overwhelming secrets and really just wants to help people and thinks that we're all here to help people, because he's relatively intelligent, but apparently slightly gullible. Barrett is a mountain of a man who was disfigured before he got actually scarred and disfigured, and is a sailor. So, like, of the skills I have, a good solid third of them are boat things. So I'm actually happy we've managed to transition from urban London to being on a boat, because now our skills will actually do something. Yeah, it's not going to last very long at all. Don't worry about that. But yeah, I think that's all from me. Just as a reminder, get the socials, be awesome, do crime. Back to you, Elizabeth.
So the other thing that happened, well, actually, before I say that, for the upcoming next couple of Wednesdays, since we are not playing Power Rangers, I am going to be Blades in the Dark for some of the Centurion cast. I have also asked another friend who is in the Being Villainous group to join us. That way we at least have 3 or 4 people each Wednesday. So for the next 3 Wednesdays, I'm going to be in the Dark for Katie and Lottie and a couple of other people. The other thing that happened last session was the group got to the docks finally and met up with the couple of sailors that they have hired to kind of find them a yacht to take them around and kind of captain this yacht and kind of do all of the grunt work to get you guys where you need to be. Johnny, who is going to be the captain of this yacht, also kind of gave you guys a map and said, here are the best options for getting to where you want to go. And you kind of looked at that with the journal that you had found. And
that was the role of Doom from Lottie, was figuring out that all the different plot points from the journal became the sigil.
Yes.
That was my good roll. I was like, I rolled something really delicious, and I can't remember for the life of me what it was.
We did cartography. 2 of us did really well in cartography. We just haven't got the sigil.
Yep. So you guys kind of know that the plot points from the journal on the map kind of map out a sigil for Cthulhu. And you decided as a group that you were going to stop in Monrovia. And then from there, you're going to go across. You're going to dock at one of the docks that were listed in the journal. And you're going to kind of take a car and drive and hit a couple of plot points to try to stop some of these rituals that are going to be happening before heading to the last plot point in Valparaiso, where you will meet back up with the yacht and you will head to your final destination. And I don't mean that to be like as ominous as it sounds. That's just literally the last place you guys are supposed to be going.
No, Charlie has to get back to England so they can be put in an insane asylum.
Listen, I don't know what I did to you once upon a time, but like you have intentionally made terror in places that terror ought not to be in my life.
Flames on the side of her face.
Flames on the side of my face.
It's just sometimes the bread just has tentacles in it, you know.
and that will happen eventually. But we have decided, or I guess I have decided, we are going to kind of jump ahead to you guys being on the boat for about a week. This would have given you guys time to go back and get your belongings, get any supplies that you may think that you need, that sort of thing. So you guys have had about a week to kind of acclimate yourselves to, except for Barrett, who is used to being on boats for long periods of time. You guys have kind of started to get acclimated to being on the water. I do want to say, when you got on the yacht, Johnny collected all of your weapons and put them in a secure locker that only he has access to. No.
Question.
Yes.
No, this is an actual legitimate question. All weapons?
All weapons.
We'll get you another
So
cane.
he took my cane.
Yes. All weapons.
Just in case? Or could he tell there was a sword in there?
As the GM, I am saying all of the weapons are being locked up. My reasoning for this is I need all of you to get to these places. And I don't trust that you guys are not going to try to kill each other.
Anytime
So-
the weapon is drawn, we get that little error message in front of us that just says, you know, you cannot have.
Well, no, in game, his reasoning is this: he doesn't know you, he doesn't trust you. You guys obviously don't know or really trust one another, and he doesn't want somebody to get shot. You have hired him to get you to these places safely, and this is him doing that. The only reasons that weapons will be taken out of the lockbox is if someone says they want somebody else to teach them how to shoot or use a weapon, and then they will immediately go back in the lockbox. If the odd pirate ship shows up and tries to attack you, obviously you guys will be able to defend yourselves. And anytime you leave the boat to go on shore, you will get your weapons back. Now, I will say you can have the cane part, but the sword is out. No
Although
sword.
it doesn't really make sense without the sword. Because that's where the handle attaches. Otherwise, it's just a hollow tube. And that's just silly.
throws off the
then-
whole aesthetic.
Yeah, right.
It does. It really
If you
does.
need it,
Isn't
if you
useful for
genuinely need
walking
it
at
to
all.
walk, if you genuinely need it to walk, I will say you have a cane, but you cannot use the sword.
Oh, well, I do like the cane, though. It's part of the aesthetic.
They duct taped it closed.
They piece tied it like going
One
to
of
a
the
rent.
reasons that I'm doing this is
Yeah, we start.
we have reached the point where if one of you dies, it is going to be very difficult to introduce a new character.
There's only
So,
so
if
many,
one of you-
so many sailors that we can pull from to make new
There- no.
characters.
Well,
Find
and that's
some
what I'm
random
saying.
person floating
You
in a
are
boat.
in,
along the
you
way,
are
right?
on a boat for like weeks at a time. So if you kill another player, you essentially take that, or kill a character, you are essentially sidelining that player. Because there's no real way. I have a way, if I kind of drive you guys to the brink of insanity, I have a way, I have an idea to kind of
Why would
combat
that
that
happen?
so that you guys, so I can keep players in the game. But we're kind of reaching the point where there's not going to be very easy for you guys to just create a new character if your character dies. Like there's no real good way to introduce that character into this group. So this is my way of trying to make sure that you guys do not kill each other on this boat. Like if something happens out in the world, we'll deal with it as it comes. But I just want you to know as players, if you kill another character, you're basically sidelining a player. So just kind of keep that in mind as we go forward. I'm not saying don't do it. If you want to do it, that's fine. But that's essentially what's going to happen because there is no real good way to bring in another a new character into this group.
I would just like to pause for a second and
Yes.
say I'm proud of everybody here, especially Joe. That none of us have gone to the obvious joke. Like when you just said, well, if you feel you have to, we stayed away from it. We're good players, so we're ready to
This
have
is
some
very
fun.
true. So,
One question. though.
yes.
If weapons were removed from everybody being on the boat, does that mean Abernath doesn't have access to pillows?
So let me clarify.
One time, that was only one person.
Let me
Technically, there was
clarify.
electricity in the
Sorry.
bathroom.
Yeah,
It's
no.
basically it's guns and any weapons that you brought onto the ship. If there is things that you can use as a weapon already on the yacht, and you try to use it against another player, it is going to be a very difficult roll for you to pass. I am
And
not going to make it easy
greatest
for you to kill
weapon
somebody.
is the mind.
John is right. Andrew, you're wrong. He only used a pillow one time. What we also have to do is take care of.
What time is it now?
Hold on. What we also have to take care of is all the flammable items on the boat. Those all have to be locked away.
Like I
Because he
said,
used an arson multiple times.
the only thing that was taken away from you are weapons that you brought on the boat. There is no hiding a gun so they can't take it. I am saying, as GM, you do not have access to the weapons that you brought on this boat until you step off of the boat or the boat gets attacked. Anything that was
Oh,
already on the
sad.
boat or things that are like in your pocket, like handcuffs, matches, lighter, cigarettes, you still have those. But if you choose to use them against another player, the roll is going to be very difficult for you to pass because I do not want, I'm not trying to promote you guys to doing violence against one another. I'm actively trying to get you guys to work together. That being said, the yacht itself is off limits. I will not allow you guys to do any kind of sabotage to
Damage to
this
the
yacht.
So,
Because I
so
need
the
to get you
yacht's
guys.
not flammable then.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's
This
good.
yacht is
That's good
this
to know.
yacht is magically cloaked by me.
It's made with asbestos.
It
It's
is
an asbestos yacht.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
We're all gonna die of
cannot
lung consumption,
burn this
but we'll
yacht
get
down.
there.
that's going to take
I am
40 years, though.
trying-
Elizabeth doesn't
That's how I
need
was
to give us
going
40 years.
insane.
I am trying my best to get you guys to the end of this.
I would like to point out that so you remember how last session I talked about sea shanties? The entire week I am on a very, very low, like just under my breath, humming High Barbary. And so all of you have throughout the past week had to deal with the subliminal message of High Barbary just like in the back of your head somewhere. So there's that.
And
So
that is something that can actually drive you guys crazy. You guys are stuck on this boat with each other, and him singing is going to eventually, you're going to have to do sanity checks at some point. Like, that's just the thing that's going to have to happen.
Blow high, blow low, and so sail we.
Yes,
Earplugs.
Lottie.
I know that it's it's 1959, so
Mhm.
sun protection is not a thing yet. So I got to get my tan on. I'm an Australian. Got to make sure. So I think that she definitely spends a little bit of time out in the dick.
I'm sorry, the what?
The dick. The dick. The dick.
Where Priscilla spends her time is none of our business.
I'm not
We're all
judging, I'm
adults
just
here.
clarifying.
So, that being said, I do want to give all of you time because you really haven't had a lot of time to talk. You really haven't had a lot of time to share information or even really get to know one another. And I really want to promote that. That being said, this session, I have a lot planned for you at the first dock.
So you're saying shut up and let's play? That's what I'm hearing?
Yes. But
Okay.
before that, I am going to go around because you guys are going to be on this boat for a while. So we're going to go around and just very briefly one thing from London to Monrovia that your character would like to do or accomplish on this leg of the trip. Okay. Joe.
Well, you took my weapons away. You took everyone's weapons away. No, it wasn't something that was harm against another player, but it was something that I was going to instigate a scene using a request for someone's weapon. But, yeah, I will say that not a big enough ship. Everyone would have seen it. When it was time for Barrett to get his stick and poke tattoo, he was overly cautious, like full on, like had tied an arm to a table leg kind of one of his arms to his table leg situation, and when the stick and poke tattoo was done, breathed a sigh of relief and then went about his day without saying anything about it. But yeah, he's basically been falling back into the standard roles he normally does on a ship, which with my ridiculous spot hidden and everything like that is usually like the night watchman or night lookout. So he's been basically, standard decade. We don't have enough of a crew that he can only do that. So he's basically he's been going back around and just reintegrating back into the crew of doing those kind of things.
I will just say again, just in case anybody at home missed it, or if I am thinking that I said this and I didn't actually say that because that happens. The sigil that was given to you, the protection sigil that was given to you by Dr. Stern, you were given this sigil by a very paranoid, slightly psychotic man. So it may not actually work.
Yeah.
So you need to keep that in mind. It may, and if it does work, it may not work quite the way you want it to. So weird shit can still happen to you.
True. But yeah, I think at the end of last session, I advocated to everyone we all get stick and poke tattoos of it, just to kind of be a helpful thing. But yes, when it came time for Barrett to get his, he was overly not paranoid, but like cautious about it. But then has basically just been integrating back into the ship things, and being a sailor. And Like there's there's the difference of Barrett on land being the lumbering, bull in a china shop breaking everything, and being able to like move freely on the ship and climb up the side of the ship and instead of having to like take stairs and things like that because it's just easier for him.
All right, Lottie, what is something that Dr. Byrne would like to do, accomplish? And it could be there. You can take time to learn a skill or to better a skill that you have. You can study a book. You can talk to somebody. It's really whatever you would like to do during this leg of the trip.
I think that other than, she's actually going to try to be social with some people, but she, between reading, because I think that she would spend a lot of time reading, she brought some books aboard. She brought some books for fun and she brought some books for knowledge. And she alternates between the two because she is a bookworm, and she usually reads them out when she's outside tanning on the dick.
Outside in front of everyone,
Can I give
Priscilla?
her a story point, please? Let me give her a story point, for the love of God.
Oh, okay.
To go tanning on the dick.
Do it. Sorry.
It's funny because it's just the Australian accent. I don't know why you guys have such dirty minds.
Did not expect the session to unravel so soon.
Happy Pride Month,
Depending on the
everyone.
boat, I'm
Happy
sure it's
Pride
made of
Month.
wood anyways.
Oh, I've never snorted this much on the screen in my life.
All right, Michael, what is Michael doing?
I don't know anymore. What's going on? All right. About how long is this trip supposed to be? From
So
this point to the
roughly,
next?
and I'm saying this roughly,
Right.
I did calculate in modern times it would take certain amount of time. I'm not a boat person. I'm gonna say it's going to take. See, in modern times it would take about 20 days. I am going to say that it is going to take you at least a month to get there, maybe a little longer.
A month.
I will say, I think not to butt into my thing, but I think we talked about it before. Do you want to learn Brawl from Barrett? Do you want to get boxing lessons?
This is not the only time
Yes.
you're going to get the chance to do this, by the way. Too.
Right. Right. I just also have a lot of reading.
Yeah,
I
you
wanna
have a
do as
lot of books
well.
that are going to fuck
you
you
have
up
a
in
lot
the
of
worst
them.
of ways.
So, I mean, what I'll probably do is I'll likely take Barrett up on his offer to learn Brawl, but then any other chance he has, try to read any of the information that he has.
Okay.
So,
Any of the books that are you concentrating on like one book at a time, or are you just kind of like reading a little bit here and there from each book, or how are you?
he's probably gonna pick one book at a time,
Okay.
just so that he can make sure he gets that information and then try to add on the others.
Okay.
And based on like looking at the thicknesses of the different books, be like, okay, which one can I finish this duration?
I don't remember exactly. I'd have to look to see the time, like the study times for the books.
Yeah.
So whichever one you pick, as long as it's within like I'd say with a month, because you're used to studying books like this.
Yeah.
You can give yourself the bonuses that you get, like the mythos bonuses and all of that.
Right,
and you'll have to do the sanity rolls too. But
well, yeah, of course. So
Also,
he's
very
looking at the
important-
thicknesses. He's going to go with the Secrets of the Arcane because
Okay.
it's 6 weeks is what it's listed, and that's the closest to a month.
Very
that
important,
works.
Michael. Don't forget to get your stickers for Book It, so that when you finish up the footsteps, you can get yourself a personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut.
Which would have been a real thing, not Pizza
What's
Hut.
Pizza Hut?
But the British did actually. No. Here's a fun fact. In 1960s in Britain, they had a pizza parlor wave sweep the nation and like supplant coffee bars, and so like 1959, they got into Italian pizza hard in Britain. So it wouldn't be Pizza Hut, but you're like it's like a half truth. Like you can get pizza out of this deal.
I mean, maybe not in Africa or
Right, or on a boat.
because you guys aren't in London anymore.
Boat
But
pizza
save it maybe when you get
fine.
back. If you get back to London, maybe.
I have to go eat it on
Oh,
the deck
man.
with Priscilla.
Dick.
On the
I
dick.
will. I will say, if you are going to do boxing lessons, I will say roll a d4, and that's how much you can add to your brawl
Awesome.
when you get to Monrovia.
Awesome.
Um,
What is my brawl right now? Let me think.
Oh God.
we're gonna come back to you, Abernath, because I feel like maybe this is gonna take a minute.
No, it won't take that long.
I love the
It's
fact that.
fine.
Hold on.
Okay.
Before we get to that, though, Michael, what is Michael's brawl?
25.
I
It's
love
the
the
base everybody's born with.
I have 83 in brawl. I love just the mentally scaling back Barrett keeps on having to do. I'm like, okay,
Right.
this is how you throw. Okay, this is how. Okay, you put your thumb on the outside of the fist, so
Yeah.
you don't break it when you punch somebody.
Hey, don't even put it on the
Yeah,
inside.
keep the wrist locked. Don't.
Outside.
Ah,
Punch through.
proof. Okay. All right.
Okay, Abernath.
I don't think I can
hit me.
punch through somebody.
Bring it. What are you doing?
No, it's fine. I am being a good citizen.
Oh dear.
And
oh dear. God.
I was
Brutus.
told that we couldn't maim the crew. So my idea is, because I'm a kind and decent and generous person, I brought some extra coins. So when none of the other people can see me and I just have time to talk with sailors, I'm slipping them coins and just sweetly saying, just in case, since they're suspicious and I know they need them when they meet Charon to get across the River Styx. So I'm just being a kind soul and feeding in. It's not killing them, it's just feeding into their darkest fears. I'm
You're
being
playing
nice.
a cryptid.
You know
You're
what?
playing a
That
cryptid. You are
that is
playing a
better.
I'm
cryptid.
being a nice
That is
person.
better than what I expected, so I will
You
take
are
it. And
you are the cricket man of East London who wanders around setting fires and giving people coins. You are a cryptid. You are a full-on cryptid. at this point.
Technically, that's not my fault. It's not my fault. They didn't know how to do warming pads, and so if you slip them into a bathtub filled with water, it will burn down the house. That's not my fault. That's 1950s Britain.
Anyway.
That has nothing to do with me.
You're a freaking cryptid.
Anyway, is that all
No,
that you
way
wanted
too
to do on this leg of the trip? Is fuck with the crew?
Yes, because I have to open the book that I stole from the library, but I want to make sure we're outside Monrovia in case someone decides to dunk us. I want to wait until we're out in open water before I open that book. But I feel like getting to know the crew and making sure they have what they need in case something bad happens is just a generous and kind thing
You're such
to
a
do.
good
That is
friend,
very
Abernath. I'm
kind
really,
I'm such
really
a good
happy that you're
friend.
taking this time.
And I'm making sure that they don't talk with anybody else about it, so no one knows it's me doing it. It's a secret that I'm keeping with the crew.
Of course.
It's just
Charlie, what would you like to do on this leg of the trip?
So I would like to two things. So
Okay.
when she would have taken when she got when she saw the sigil on the map and the whole like getting the stick and poke and all that, she would have gotten every single book available on the Cthulhu mythos or whatever it would have been called. Like they wouldn't have probably called it that, but like something, whatever she could find, to bring that along so she could learn as much as she can in the meantime.
Okay.
And also, probably more importantly, she wants to find a book on lucid dreaming so that if she gets herself into a dream where she's stabbing her friends, she might be able to just wake her fuck herself up and not have to stab her friends to death. Yeah, so she wants to learn how to lucid dream.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will
Oh, she's
I will
designed-
get
yeah.
you the because I'm gonna have to put titles together for some of that.
Mhm.
I will share some of it with you on the roll and the other stuff once I have it in there. I will share it with you, and I will update your sheet for what you learned, because it will take you the whole time. So I will get you that information between today and next session, if that's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds great. And also, she's definitely going to be designing a costume or designing a thing because I'm like in my brain now. Now that we've had this discussion, I was like, I have an outfit to design.
Well, you don't know that yet.
Well, I know that. Katie knows.
Oh yeah,
that.
Katie knows that.
Mhm.
And Theo, what is Theo doing? besides healing from his?
He well, he's got to keep. He's healing, but he's not going to do anything strenuous. But he does have to. He does have to keep moving. So he is going to. It's been on his list for a while to improve his skill in this area. Work with the whip and the bolo.
Okay.
Bolo is simple enough. Bolo he can make a training one out of two pieces of 2 rubber balls, so that he doesn't have to bug the guy to get it all the time. It's something that's not. It's essentially a toy at that point. But yeah, he'd be training with that. He would spend some time with Charlie to make sure that she remembers everything.
Okay.
To try to jog her memory, because if he doesn't, she's not going to remember what she promised to pay him.
Nothing.
Yeah, right.
I heard as I came back, I could hear in my headphones, like I heard Charlie, and I could like literally hear you go, she like happening. What's going on? Teslin, what are you doing?
No, just it would give me an excuse to gain a little bit with psychology is about it, but that other than that, it's just all altruistic. He does have the string that's needed and would offer, after hearing what he heard with you, between you and the good doctor, he would offer to teach her how to rig her door so that if somebody opens it, the doctor has a warning ahead of time if the doctor's interested. But that pretty much covers it.
Okay. Any of the skills that you wanted to work on, for each of them, roll a d4, and that's what you can add to it.
Okay.
I will say, for trying to jog Charlie's memory, it's still fuzzy, but everything that you try to like tell her it starts to come, but it's still a little fuzzy. So she is starting to back.
Okay.
At least where you're concerned.
Okay.
One question I did have actually with figuring out what book I'm gonna try to read.
Mm-hmm.
Each of the books has a mythos rating for it. Isn't that essentially like a requirement as far as how much you already need to know to be able to understand what's in the book? No.
So the way the mythos rating works is the first number is how much mythos skill you gain from just your initial reading.
Right.
And are you talking about the other number?
The other number, the one that's...
Oh, the other number is the chance that you will find useful information in the book.
Okay. Got it. Cool. Do I know how long the trip is going to be overall until we get to South America? About? Because I would love to be able to read all these books, but I don't think the boat's that slow.
Can't read.
Well, you're getting off the boat and you're driving too.
Right.
And will your magical flask that we don't know about, does that help you read?
You are not allowed to harass him about a magical flask he doesn't know about. Mr. I routinely message secrets to...
I will say...
We're an hour into this game and we have not done shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like...
I will say... for reasons, I will say you will have time. I will make sure you have time to be able to read all of them.
Okay.
Because there's going to be useful things that you can maybe get out of the books that might help you guys. and I want to make sure that you're able to utilize that.
Okay.
So I will say, by the
Yeah.
time you hit Valparaiso, you should be able to get.
Okay. Awesome. Got a lot of reading to do. I'm gonna have to start speed reading in Latin.
Fine, I'll be also reading, but I'll read one intense one, and then I'll read one
fun one.
fun one. You know.
Yeah,
So-
Yeah, if Michael starts just
Buddies,
randomly
yeah.
speaking in Latin, it's because he's too focused on reading these. So don't worry about it. It's fine.
It's fine.
So after about a little over a month of being on this boat nonstop, you arrive at the port of Monrovia. As you guys are kind of getting your belongings and you're getting ready to get off the boat, Johnny tells you that you guys are going to need to at least be here a day. They need to resupply, and honestly, everybody could just use some time off the boat to stretch their legs. He gives you directions to the Decor Palace Hotel on Broad Street. Now, this is part where like the timey-wimey shit comes into play. The Decor Palace is a real place. It is a real hotel. I just maybe have changed things for very specific reasons, I might add. So if you or anybody else knows this information, I promise I did research and I changed things on purpose. He tells you that this is. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Just for Jordan, there's a shorter way to say that. I'm the GM. It's this way.
Sorry, Tesla, did you just mansplain GMing?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
Elizabeth?
I did. I did. That was all for you too.
yep.
Thanks.
Stepped right into that one.
So I feel like we need a society, like the Society against Tesla mansplaining, and like we have just joined. So we're the president and the secretary, or president and vice president, something like that. Like you were.
He does tell you that this is the nicest place to stay, but it also has a few added bonuses. The restaurant and bar attached are supposed to be phenomenal, he says. He also says this is the preferred hotel of his father, which you will remember is the person that you were actually kind of chasing. Also, it is the most popular hotel in the area, so it is the most likely place that these people that you were chasing would be staying. He also says that 2 of his guys have volunteered to stay behind on the yacht to just kind of be security, make sure that nobody comes. He gives you your weapons back, as he promised. He arranges for some taxis to show up to take you to the hotel, and he suggests going ahead and getting your room, get checked in, get situated in the hotel to make sure that you have a place to stay before you kind of go exploring. By the time you guys get all your stuff off the boat, and I'm imagining you're not taking an overnight bag, basically. Would that be correct?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
As you guys are getting off the boat with your stuff, the taxis have already pulled up, and the drivers are out to help you kind of load all your stuff in the taxis. And they start driving you to the hotel. The drive isn't actually too long. However, it does kind of go up a windy road. And I'm actually going to show you a picture. I'm going to show you a couple of pictures.
It's gonna be like a shining ass place, isn't it?
No. Now, okay, to be fair, out of character in real life, this hotel is now in present day closed. It is no longer there. Or I mean, it's still there, but it's not in service. So the pictures that I'm going to show you, some of them, they look. They're not keeping up with that anymore because it's not a hotel anymore. It's just kind of an abandoned building. But this is kind of what it looks like. But in character, you're going to notice that there's more floors than are going to be in the picture. So I'm going to show you a couple.
I'm going to ask an important question here. Are there more floors when we get on the inside than it looks like there are on the outside?
Freaking TARDIS shit from the damn museum. We don't trust anything anymore.
My question was actually going to be
That's a very inviting
how
tool.
Like Barrett, are you like squeezed into your taxi with someone?
Yes,
Are you
like whoever is riding in any type of conveyance with Barrett, that's not going to
There's
be
free taxis. You can have your own taxi.
the inevitable like pickup truck we get in South America so that Barrett can be in the bed in the back, or is just going to be. Barrett is not meant for non-sea travel.
To answer your question, no. When you get in the hotel, it is exactly what it looks like on the outside.
Just want to make sure.
I am just saying that there are more floors in this version of this hotel than there are in the picture that I showed you.
Gotcha.
In real life, there is 8 floors and 106 rooms. This version of the hotel that you are walking into has 12 floors and 100 numbers. Hold on. I had it mapped out, and I'm super proud of myself for having it mapped out. And now I don't remember what I said.
Does it have
there
any
we go.
floors that are there sometimes and then aren't there
154
other times?
rooms.
Only to you.
Yes, only to you.
And just to confirm, that little circle thing off to the side, is that the restaurant?
No, but I am getting to that.
Okay.
Nope, you're fine. As you kind of go up the road and the hotel itself comes into view, the round part is actually parking. So it's a ramp that goes up, and then there's parking up in the spiral. And that is actually how the hotel is in real life. When you, as you kind of pull up, they obviously don't go up the thing and park. They just pull up to the front of the door. The theme of this hotel is opulence. Everything is incredibly fancy when you walk in. The colors throughout the lobby, it's all like a deep crimson with gold inlays and gold accents. English is spoken here, so you should not have any kind of trouble communicating with anybody. When you walk in to the left, let me make sure I am telling you the right thing. You notice that on either side, really winding staircase that goes up. Behind the front desk, it kind of opens up to a really large lounge area, and it has a little stage off to one side. Very place to kind of sit. To the left, you see signs pointing to a bar, and to the right, you see restaurants. Through the lounge and all the way in the back is where it leads to the pool. And then there's some signs back behind the lounge that point to to shops that are there as well. When you walk in, you see a bunch of employees. They're putting up decorations everywhere. Pulling up rugs. There's a small newsstand, and there's it's about half full of local newspapers, and then next to that is a cigarette machine. As you guys are kind of all piling in and you're walking in, Charlie, roll me a d4, please, and tell me what you get.
It's not ominous at all.
What could go wrong with rolling dice in a Cthulhu game?
Absolutely not.
I hear you say nothing, and it's a 1, because why not?
Okay. So
I didn't like that smile. That was a smile for me.
It is fine. You just have no idea how excited I am about this whole like Monrovia experience.
Nothing good can come of like you being excited during a.
Is that like me excited? Like I murdered my roommate because he double crossed
absolutely
me?
Not.
Excited?
No,
hey, he admitted it.
Fun. This is just fun.
No
as you're as you're passing by the newspaper, Theo, you kind of have this urge to grab one of the newspapers out of this. I want to say receptacle, but I feel like that's wrong. So whatever thing is holding the newspapers, that's what you're trying to grab. Do you fight that urge and just keep going, or do you actually grab one of the newspapers?
You said Theo? Sorry, I was doing.
Yes. Yeah, no worries. Yes,
there's an urge to grab a newspaper. I would have, as I walked past it, if there was newspapers there to grab, I would have grabbed it. We need local intel. So I probably wouldn't even have registered that I had the urge. It's something I would want.
Okay, perfect.
To know what's happening in the area.
Am I cutting out less now or no?
You
yeah,
are
it's
now
not really
okay.
happened that much. Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing that you notice, so you grab the newspaper and you just kind of immediately like kind of open it to glance down at it. The first thing that you notice that is incredibly odd is the date. The date on the newspaper says April 1st, 1962. The article, that's the very front page article, is about this hotel. It is talking about how a new company has assumed operation of the hotel and that it has been renamed to the Decor Intercontinental.
Okay, just it says April.
April 1st, 1962.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
it's
it's
a
April Fool's joke.
yeah, it's an April Fool's joke, but that's still. But in this area, I mean,
But
they
it's
don't have
November.
they don't have that. Yeah, it's not a local. It's not a local custom in this area.
Does
But
Theo point that out to people, or is this just a Theo thing?
Before you ask that, what is your response to this?
seeing it.
Mhm.
Quizzical to start with. It's a strange April 1st joke, considering it's still 1959, right?
It is November 1959 at
That's
this
what
point.
I thought. Yeah. So it's November, 1959. And I see that. This was just, like they leave papers around for guests to read, or is this in a newsstand thing?
It's a newsstand with local papers.
My next thing would be to look for other publications, because
Okay.
I need to know what's happening locally around this time. The Soviets were trying to get into this area, and I wanted to know what the political hotspots were, because I know nobody else is going to pay attention to it. Maybe Charlie.
Always Charlie.
As you kind of look up from the paper and you go to reach into the newspaper to grab other papers, you notice that the whole lobby looks different all of a sudden. Where it was crimson and gold, it's now very bright, very like almost tropical colors, yellows, orange. The deep crimson chairs have been replaced with a yellow couch. The armchairs are now orange, out of character. Everything here, it looks like you just stepped into a 60s magazine. That's kind of the vibe that's in this lobby now. Even like the employees, the uniforms are completely different, colors are different. And you're standing there and you don't you're standing there and you're holding this paper and everything is, and there is a beautiful dark-skinned woman with long curly hair at the front desk motioning for you to come.
Okay.
Now the rest of you just see him standing there holding the newspaper. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, I probably don't think anything of it. I'm
Yep. No.
heading to my room to start reading. Probably.
Yeah. I would okay. Okay. I knew things were gonna get weird. So first protocol when things get weird is to check in with somebody else. Is Charlie? I nod to the woman and start slowly making my way, but also look around to try and get first Charlie's eyes to indicate something's weird.
You don't see any of your companions. However, your companions see you look up from the newspaper, kind of nod towards the desk, and then kind of look around looking for something. And if he looks at you, it's like do any of you kind of try to stab him? What is everybody else doing while he's trying to find you?
First of all, you are cutting in and out a lot now.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Let's see.
Yes, John.
I would like to do, I don't know if this is the right thing. I'd like to do a spot hidden to see if I see any little, like, just in case either they stop here before us or they're coming after us. I want to see if I see any, like, Cthulhu symbols, like, just in the hallway or something like that.
Do you mind waiting
I'm
for
gonna
that?
Yeah, I don't mind waiting, but that's what
Okay.
I'm looking for. So I'm not paying attention much to the
Okay.
end. But
I do think that if Barrett notices that Theo is looking through us and not at us,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
especially with him being a relatively new quotient to the team, being like, everything okay, new guy?
Do you do anything to get his attention? Because he is just looking right through you, and then he's like, but he's still kind of like,
If he's not acknowledging me when I'm speaking to him at all, it would definitely be like a wave in front of his face type situation.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work, then actually, like, putting a hand on his shoulder.
okay. Theo, you're looking around and you don't see Charlie. You don't see anybody that you recognize. And as you start making your way to the lady behind the front, actually calls you by name, Mr. Zamoa. How do you? What's your last name?
Zeminis.
Zeminis. Mr. Zeminis. And that kind of is like, how do you know my name? And then you kind of feel a hand. And as you turn, you get really, really dizzy, and like your vision starts to cloud a little, and you stumble. You don't fall, but you kind of like stumble a little. And when everything gets clear, you're back in the lobby with everybody else. It looks the way it did when you got here.
And Barrett's hand is still on my shoulder.
Unless you gave me a reason not to.
I would pat it. That was a weird trip. Everybody else here still?
You doing okay? Did you hit your
Yeah.
head when
You
you
good?
got hurt?
Yeah.
What is actually this paper a second ago said April 1st, 1962. And
Let's
I hold
play
up the
along
piece
with
of paper and I hold
will
up the
take the paper.
Yep. Hand him the newspaper.
The newspaper says November 15th, 1959, and it is talking about a birthday party that is happening at the.
Okay, so let's get you checked in, buddy. Michael, if you can give him a once over when we get to the room.
I'm sorry, what
Um,
happened?
It's sorry.
As he looks up from a book.
Oh yeah. Okay. Theo had a bit of an episode. We need to find out if it's an episode or if it's a capital E episode.
Grandpa's
So-
getting funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Real quick, give me a sanity roll, please, Theo.
Mhm.
But yes, I think the plan is then, at least what Barrett puts forward is, let's get everyone checked in.
Mhm.
Let's check Theo over in his room and then see if he's got any, we don't want to do the are your pupils dilating properly in the middle of a hotel lobby at the moment. We'd rather do
definitely.
that in a hotel room.
Okay, sorry about that.
No worries.
It was not. I had not set that up correctly. Now I can roll it.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
Right
fine,
on.
buddy.
Ooh.
Whew.
just saying enough.
It's weird, but I had a
God.
Mr. Quinn, Mr. Dotson, Dr. Byrne, Miss McGowan, Mr. Fredericks, Mr. Zemias, over here, please.
Who is this?
is it the same woman?
No, it is not. The person behind the desk is, I have a description somewhere. He is a young man, very handsome, dark skin, brown eyes, about 6'2", and his name tag.
I'm sorry, you cut out for the name tag.
Yeah.
Yeah, right when you were about to say the name.
That's okay.
The name tag
worries.
says Isaiah.
Isaiah.
I'm actually going to lean over to Charlie and go, should we have given ourselves, like, pseudonyms? Why is it we... for being
I don't-
addressed by our name.
They
here's the
shouldn't
thing,
know our name.
We didn't
Yeah,
check
they
in.
likely already know.
I have your. I can check you in. I have your keys already. They called ahead.
Yeah, we didn't establish
not.
OPSEC ahead of time, guys. It's
Yeah.
something. It's
Yeah,
something I'll
I
talk
think
to him
we're beyond
about.
that point.
Well, no. We still got to double check who called ahead, just in case this was something
Yeah.
left behind by Jackass McGillicuddy and Johnny's dad.
Yeah. Well, the captain did say he was gonna call ahead and get us set up.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
It was just.
But I will say, as people generally move, in a similar vein of, in case things are getting fucky wucky, Barrett will grab just a handful of other papers off of the rack and add them to the pile, and then
Mhm.
join everyone at the.
And I will say just quiet enough so Barrett heard. One downside of this though is that the desk clerk in 62 was a looker, much better looking than this guy.
Do you approach the front desk?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at this point they've acknowledged us. It's
Yeah.
like everybody in the lobby's heard our names.
We don't want them screaming our names out anymore.
Right.
Let's get to Isaiah so he
Right,
stops
right.
doing that thing.
As you walk up, he gives you a very warm smile. He's a very, very friendly man. He says, okay, now I have your rooms all ready for you. You have the entire 10th floor to yourselves. Here, hold on, let me grab the keys. And he reaches behind him and he has a handful of keys and he says, oh, okay, let me see. Mr. Fredericks, here you go. You are room 1002, and he hands you a key. Dr. Byrne, 1004, here you go. Mr. Quinn, 1012. Mr. Zama, I think I apologize. 1003, Miss McGowan, 1006, and Mr. Dotson, you are in 10. And he hands all of you a key.
Mhm.
Now I know you have some other companions that need to be checked in. We'll take care of that when they get here. A few things to be aware of as you've arrived on a very special night. The pool area is closed for now. It will reopen tonight. We are having a big party tonight. Everyone is invited to join in the festivities. You can find the shop past the lounge to the right through those double doors, and he kind of points behind you. It is a masked ball, and the shops will have everything. And of course, everything is charged to the rooms, which has already been paid for. Price. The restaurant is open, but they're doing a limited menu because it's still, for the party. And the same open, but it'll be. Is there anything else I can help you?
Just to confirm, to make sure the captain hasn't messed things up. What's the account this is all being charged to? You said just being charged to the room, but what's the name and everything on the account?
He kind of looks through a book and says, oh, it's just one of your companions has taken care of it all.
And what name was left by them?
I'm afraid I can't give you that information without him being present.
Oh, good. We love this.
Understood. I guess I'll do this because Theo seems like the shadiest one of all of us. And I will lock eyes with Theo and then flick my eyes down to the book and back up to Theo, and then take the keys.
It's not Theo, since he said that the guy is not present.
Well, yeah, it's more or less trying to signal to Theo that, hey, maybe try to get a glance at the book or
Mhm.
Yeah.
palm
If-
the
if-
book.
if-
something.
Is Michael Michael, are you like face down in your book again, or are you paying attention?
I'm kind of paying attention because I'm gonna try to figure out what's going on with Theo here.
I'm actually trying to lock eyes with you right now, actually.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Bad. Okay.
We have separate rooms for a reason. I'm just.
No, it's No, I try to make the international switch keys with me, whatever the international sign for switch keys with
What?
me.
No,
Is.
I need no. Full stop.
No,
Stream
because
stops.
if we're in
I need you to
separate
give me the
rooms-
description of what that international symbol is.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. I'm going to let people use their imagination for the international sign for switch rooms with me.
Okay, there
Everybody's
are.
probably-
I'm going to be honest. There are a few, but there are a few signs about people to get people to trade keys, but we're not even going to. It's not covered by our content warnings. Okay.
Why are there so
Yeah,
many pineapples around this hotel? Why are they all upside
Right.
down?
They're
Yeah.
all right. Are they upside down? Like I don't understand.
Yep. Yes. Okay.
Is
That's
it
a.
mangoes?
Okay,
No,
so
I know.
technically, right side up pineapples are the symbol of
They
hospitality
are.
too, which is make it extra.
Upside down is
confusing.
an entirely different situation. I mean, it is.
It's true, but right side up is
still.
also-
It's still a type of hospitality.
That type of hospitality.
I
Is
don't think
anybody
Michael
asking about the
understands any
party?
of this.
Yeah.
So sorry. Just to refresh all the information because you were cutting out a little bit. I want to rehash it to make sure we got basically the gist of it. There's
Okay.
going to be the birthday party. There's a party tonight. There's a store open so that we can rate it to have fancy costumes.
Yes.
Everything purchased from the store or anything like that will
Yes.
be charged to the rooms. So basically, we get to go all out.
Yes.
And then furthermore, the hotel pool is closed for the evening.
It is closed for now. It will be
For now.
reopened for
Okay.
the party, but right now they're setting up. The restaurant is open, but it's doing a very limited menu while they prep food for the night. The bar is open, but it's closing in 2 hours, so it can do its prep for the night. And then both will reopen, and the pool will reopen for the party itself. Does anybody ask about the actual party or no?
I got the paper.
Questions.
Yeah, I also got the paper in my hand. Of,
I'm
is this the birthday
interested
party?
in knowing what the party.
Yeah.
Okay. Between the gentleman working at the desk, Isaiah, and the newspaper, you find out that the party is being thrown by a man named Derek Clayton. He is one of the more wealthier men in Monrovia. His wife is Jacqueline Clayton, and it is her birthday. They met at the grand opening. Love, and she is a really big fan of masquerades, so he planned this kind of mass birthday party for her at the place where we met. He is a very generous man. It's an open invitation party, so basically every, including the guests, they're all invited to this party. He is sparing no expense. He would like
Sparing no
everybody to
expense.
celebrate his beautiful wife.
For
So
her.
there's dinosaurs.
Right?
God.
Yep. Yeah.
He's resurrected dinosaurs for this party, is what I'm
Yeah.
hearing. It is
Yeah.
Jurassic Park.
Or better yet, there's mummies you can snort because we're British, and that's a
Ooh.
thing
In the
that we
50s,
like.
though, that was in the 20s. I think by the
I mean, there might
all
still
are
be
British.
some mummies around. There might be mummies around still. You don't know.
Clayton's got some money on tap in the
correction.
background.
Correction, you clowns are British. I am not British. I'm
Mhm.
Australian.
I'm
To be
American.
fair, I'm
Oh,
American.
But you're too good. You're too good to snort a mummy with the rest of us. I see how it is. You're too good to snort a mummy.
Yeah, and I'm American, by the way, not British.
Not British,
Yeah.
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 So
You're like exile British. You're fine. You're exile.
with all
I
of
have
this
been living in London
information,
for a while. Yeah.
Isaiah motions for some bellhops to come over to help you up to your rooms. Essentially, they are going to carry all of your bags to your room. They're going to open the door. They're going to go in with you, make sure that the room is to your satisfaction, make sure that you don't need anything immediately, and then they will leave. The way it works is there is an elevator, but you have to go up a flight of stairs to the actual first floor before there's no elevators on like the ground floor.
Mhm.
Now, everybody but Barrett and Abernath give me a listen. Abernath, give me a spot hidden. And Barrett, because your spot hidden is ridiculous, you're just going to notice something
All right,
in a little
Just
bit.
get it. It's a free.
Come on, spot hidden. No whammies.
Oh crap! Barrett is helping Abernath up the stairs, aren't I? Because there's no elevator on the ground floor. I am being the The arm to help.
I do make a little show of, oh, I'm slightly enfeebled. Getting upstairs is hard, and it's kind of an act in case anyone is watching us. But also, I did really well on my spot hidden, so yay!
Okay, so Theo
Humbled.
Theo passes and Charlie passes.
I think I'm too busy trying to like pay attention to Theo to see if I see any indications of any.
And the
episode again.
doctor and the doctor's still annoyed about that "your English" comment. You can tell.
Right, yeah.
The steam is still coming out of the doctor's proper Australian ears, so she can't hear anything.
I am not English.
Yes.
Let me see. What were those rolls?
I
Let
will
me see.
swear that over my Vegemite.
Okay,
All right,
Charlie.
you can put Vegemite on the mummy as you snort it. I don't really care.
My ancestors were sent away. from
Charlie,
England.
as you guys are going up the stairs, actually, I'm going to say this before you get up the stairs. You hear a couple of employees talking to one another as they're kind of hanging decorations and getting ready. You overhear them saying that there were some guests that checked in yesterday, and they are going to be the special guest of Mrs. Clayton at her birthday party. But the only reason that they are going to be special guests is because they're loaded. They came in on a ship yesterday, bought another ship from her husband. And they're not really sure why such a small group of people who already have a boat need another boat. And they're just kind of griping about that. So that's what you hear.
You see, they never gone shark hunting and decided they needed a bigger boat.
Theo, you hear two things as you're kind of up to your.
Yep.
The first thing that you hear is you hear guests pass by you as you're leaving desk, and she says to your soon, really sure, Martin, you need to make sure that you find and talk to that person tonight. I heard he's going to be attending this. Use that money.
I'm sorry, you broke up a lot, and I have a funny feeling. A lot of times I'll like skip over it, but I have a funny feeling context is going to be really important.
We got Martin. That was the one thing we got from that entire thing.
Yeah.
Okay. It was a guest that was going to the front desk as you guys were walking away.
Okay.
And she said, Martin, you need to make sure that you find that professor tonight. I heard he'll be attending this party, and you could use that grant money.
Okay.
The next thing, did you get all that? Did I break up?
Yeah,
Yep.
Martin needs to talk to a professor to get grant money.
Talk for or find a date for?
I'm sorry?
We just need to find a way to talk to the professors. What's happening? Sorry.
She basically said to her husband, you need to find him and talk because he has grant money that he wants to give away. And
Right, I want that money. Yeah.
yeah. The other thing that you hear as you get to the stairs is you hear a different talking to somebody you can't see because they're kind of behind a wall or around a corner. And the staff member says, oh yes, he owns a successful museum. Well, he did own a museum. I overheard him telling someone that it recently burned down. We're hoping that he's going to like Monrovia enough new museum here.
Okay.
You didn't hear that.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right. So I saw the. So I heard.
Abernathy has lost it.
I heard them doing it. I would do a stealthy spot hidden to get the ID of that staff member so that I could talk them up. Are they male or female?
It is a male.
It is a male.
named
Okay,
Martin.
so I get Charlie to talk that one up.
Okay, that's fine. Fine.
She says with a sigh.
Well, it's only if she
Fine.
wants the information. Generally, she
Yes.
wants the information.
Generally
But-
do.
All right, spot hidden and stealth. Well, I'm really stealthy about it, but whether or not I got the right person or not is iffy.
Okay, so I will give you two names, but you are unsure which one it was
Okay.
that said the information.
Okay.
The first one is Roman, Roman, and the second one is Bertram.
Okay. They're both like bellhops, or
They aren't. They're dressed more like the front desk gentleman was, so you're not
okay. So they could be
kind of-
concierge or
right.
Guest, there's some
Yeah.
kind of guest services.
Services of some kind, yeah.
He's talking about Professor Roman and Bertram. Okay. All right. I'm stealthy, so we would just keep going past and
Yeah, they don't even notice that they're so like focused on what they're doing and
Yeah.
talking to one another. They don't even know that you're there.
Yep.
Now for the other two, all of you are taken upstairs and you're being led to the elevators that are there. Both of you notice someone walking past you, and you both zero in on a lapel pin that this man is wearing. It looks very, very similar to the lapel pin Harold. Now, this person is very obviously taller and a bit more homely looking than Harold. But you do notice that pen and you recognize it.
And it's another guest of the hotel.
As far as you can tell, yes. They're not wearing a name tag. They're dressed. They're not dressed like they work.
Can I?
That's for the spot hidden.
That is from your spot hidden. Yes.
I know this is
Okay.
not my information. I just need to specify because my brain. I need to check with your particular accent if it was a pen or a pin.
A pin, a lapel
That's
pin.
what I thought, but I
Yeah.
also know sometimes pen and pin sound the same.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Sorry.
no, it's okay. Context clues told me it was probably a pin, but also
hey,
I
after
just
the
want to be able to visualize.
yeah, after
Yeah.
the decades episode, I think it's all
Yeah.
we need to do.
Yeah.
Deck tanning, yes.
Yeah.
And just for some flavor, I'm gonna say, because I don't think we ever actually described what the pin looked like. The symbol on the pin resembles the symbol sigil.
The what?
Okay. The sigil on the map.
Yep.
Okay.
The Cthulhu. So yeah, that's what the symbol on the pin looks like at first. And I mean, granted, you just saw it as he was by, so you'd be wrong. That's what it looks like to you.
Gotcha.
Which, I mean, it kind of
we
looks like an
see-
M then.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
And are they coming down the stairs? You said, or they're waiting for the elevator? They got off the elevator.
They just walked by. Are you going to try to follow them? I will say they walked by and around the corner, so they didn't go down the stairs. They kind of walked past you and then.
No, because I'm in a group of people, and when I walk away from a group of people, they tend to follow me, and that's not going to be subtle.
Fair enough.
I'm also helping Abernath on the stairs. I can't just suddenly leave him because that would hurt him.
Yeah, Abernath just suddenly quickly turns away and is walking fine.
Okay, no,
I'm healed. It's a miracle.
to correct you, you choose not to just walk away and leave him in her. That ends up hurting him. That's a choice.
yes.
You're not prevented from doing so.
Well, as far as Barrett is concerned, like, 'cause he's helping him in the middle of this giant flight of stairs.
Yeah.
That if he leaves Abernath to go and investigate this, Barrett is the opposite of stealth. Whatever the opposite of stealth is, that is where Barrett is found on the spectrum, because Barrett is fortification, not anything else. He's classified
Big
as
bird?
a small
Big bird.
bulldozer.
Yeah,
And
that's in stealth.
but also, like, again, if the person you're relying on suddenly be like, okay, great, and then leaves you in the middle of the stairs, that is just a dick move.
Like, you got it from here, right?
Yeah,
Or
you're good.
Super Grover. Super Grover would be considered the opposite. of stealth.
Near?
Just cheer Aberneth on like
Far.
you're teaching a kid how to ride a bike, right? Like, you got
Exactly.
it. You got it. You're fine.
Don't worry,
So
Aberneth. I wasn't holding on the entire time. You did it all by yourself.
Thank you, young man. You're such a good friend.
You guys are all able. You get up to your rooms. The rooms
I do want
very
to say
nice.
there probably is the scene of everyone gets into the elevator. Barrett looks and goes, "I'll take the next one."
As you guys get up there, your rooms are all very
Wait,
nice.
no. Actually, I will whisper in Barrett's ear. There was a guy with the lapel pin, from the library.
Then yes, I'll nod to him. Everyone gets in the elevator. I will say I'll get the next one. Also, I think Aberneth might have left something, and then they'll say that for the benefit of everyone else, and then I will peruse around a little bit before heading back upstairs.
Well, you do not find him.
Okay, that's completely fine. I'm okay with that wasted effort because at least we should try.
Right, yeah. And it makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
You don't know unless you try.
we're gonna say you guys get up to your rooms. The rooms are very nice.
Sorry.
Anything that you might need.
One last stupid thing, just because it amuses me. I do want to say that there is 3 or 4 times Barrett tries to get on the elevator, but then other people, at least one other person, is on there as well, and so eventually it just cuts to Barrett trudging up
Upstairs, it's
10
fine.
flights of stairs, just grumbling to himself, walking upstairs.
And winded thinking about it.
So we're gonna take a quick break here, and when we get back, everybody can do a quick little and we do the actual and what happened. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick 5-10 minute break, and then we will be back, and we will all go to a masked party.
See you in
That can
10.
go horribly, horribly wrong.
Welcome back. We are going to a masked ball. It's actually a birthday party that has a masquerade theme, but I am calling it a ball because I think that's more fun. Everybody has checked into their rooms. Everybody has had time to go to the shops and pick out an outfit for tonight, pick out a mask. I will say there is a shop that will remain open throughout the party. If you have an outfit faux pas, if your mask breaks, for people who are coming in and they don't have masks, they will either be selling more ornate ones or giving away just plain masks for people. Yes, Aberneth?
I would like to tip the shopkeeper with the coin on which I've inscribed a little logo of the sigil of Cthulhu, just in case.
Fair enough. They do not respond to that, but they say thank you. Before we get to the party and we kind of get into what everybody is wearing, the group had something that they wanted to discuss before they get down into the party. So the floor is now yours.
So yes, basically something that was brought up on the break is that we should have a call and response code phrase because we're going to a masquerade and it's a Cthulhu masquerade. So there's a chance of I think I'm talking to a person and that person either is not who I think it is or doesn't exist. So what are 2 words that we can use as a call and response that all of us would generally latch onto and get? Because I think I
While
have a
you're
couple.
discussing that, I will also say that all of you, even if you don't go down to the party together as a group, you will know what each other's wearing, just to make it easy for you guys. But yes, what is your phrase that you would like to say to each other, or your words?
Anyone got any suggestions? Because we got Aberneth here, so out of character we should include fire. So.
I was thinking George Méliès, the Wizard of Paris, who's doing all the things with the
no.
movies.
We need one word, one simple word. Not talking about George Méliès every time we're concerned about something.
Popcorn?
Popcorn fire. Good.
Popcorn
Popcorn
fire. Okay.
fire?
Popcorn is the call, fire is the response.
Okay.
Alright.
So if
Brilliant.
one of your people comes up to you and says popcorn, your response should be fire. Otherwise, they're going to think that you are not really you.
All right.
And also, everyone should take a note of the look on John's face as he's taking note to never respond fire to
Yeah,
popcorn.
never respond with fire.
Am I that obvious?
Yes.
Come on.
If we say popcorn, he'll be like, yes, please.
Never.
So
How dare you? How dare you? Dare.
popcorn sounds good right now. No,
Actually, it does.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
So,
I made some sriracha popcorn last night. It was so freaking good.
oh, that sounds good.
That sounds amazing.
Popcorn with butter of evil.
Must focus. No popcorn. No popcorn. We're going to go around and we're going to have everybody quickly tell me what your outfit looks like for tonight, including your mask that you are wearing, because it is, in fact, a masked ball. Joe, what are you wearing?
So this question was kind of put forward to us earlier, and the only thing I could ever possibly think of for Barrett, the monstrosity that he is, and I will say this, is that they had nothing to fit him in the shop, but they had like mannequin displays from the last time they did a play of Beauty and the Beast here. So he is in the mannequins, they did dress down the mannequin and made a mask of the face for him. So he is like when the Beast is going when the big dance. You know what outfit I'm talking about, people at home.
The
All of
blue
you
and the
know.
yellow with like the fancy. Yeah. What does your actual mask look like?
I will say again, just from sheer size requirements, it is the face of the mannequin, like of the thing. So it is beast-esque. It's not the exact copy of the Disney one, because that's clearly we're in the 50s. So it is a whatever version somebody cooked up here, which is probably one of those like terrifying, like, why did someone think this was a good idea to make as a thing kind of masks of the Beast. So snarling visage and horns, etc., etc.
Lottie, what does Priscilla's outfit look like, and what does her mask look like?
Okay, so I found a vintage gown from 1959. It is just black and white, so I'm going to assume, I'm deciding that it's like a lapis lazuli sort of color, blue tealy kind of color, with a structured bodice, spaghetti straps that gathers in at the waist and pulls out at the sides to a very full, like A-line with a probably like some kind of tulle underneath, maybe a horsehair braid to make it like have like a definite shape. And then her mask is gold with inlay of matching jewels to her dress. She's been tanning out on the dick, as we've been talking about. So her skin looks really nice, and she's super duper bronzed, and her bright blonde hair is nice and golden, and she's just kind of got the gold and like.
That's got to cause some very strange tan lines.
Tanning on the deck?
On the deck.
Yeah.
Where
On the
did you
dick?
get bronzed out?
Yes.
She gets bronzed out on the dick.
I love it. That's great.
Happy Pride Month,
That's
Delano.
where,
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month. Priscilla likes to tan out on the dick. And so she looks.
I
she
really
looks,
hope
well, she has
somebody
like,
listening is tallying how many times that word is said.
Shadows of Nox, come tan on our deck.
come tan on her neck. I keep making fake T-shirts for these experiences. So this will be the next one. And she tans in like a little bathing suit, but she looks great, and she's flaunting little. It's kind of got her mask has got kind of an Egyptian sort of motif to it, but it's very like subtle.
Okay.
And she has a little like sheer glow.
Beautiful. And I will say that T-shirt will fit right in with the Trotting for Trollops T-shirt for
Trotting for
Becoming
Trollops.
Villainous.
Oh, and
yeah,
I got murdered in my dreams, and all I got was this
Yeah.
T-shirt.
yeah.
Yeah.
It all
I will say, because Abernath doesn't know many Australians, that Abernath is like, why why did you know we were going to be on a boat? Why do you have a bathing suit? He's not asking the question. He's just noting that you seemed oddly prepared for a water-based lifestyle.
She gathered a bathing suit in her buying of romance novels because she figured boat she'd probably want to get a tan
That's fair.
On the deck.
On the dick.
Michael,
on the dick.
Michael, what are you wearing to this shindig?
I am wearing a decent suit or whatnot, but over that is a black kind of leather long coat. He's got kind of wide little shoulder pieces to the coat itself. He has a black wide brimmed hat and is wearing a black leather plague doctor mask.
Amazing.
I do also, before heading down and getting completely in my outfit, I'm going to go knock on Barrett's door.
Okay.
Since his room, I believe, is right next to mine. Because he's 1002 and I'm 1001.
It would be across the hall.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
odd, yeah, so.
Yeah. So I'm going to go get him and ask him if he could do me a favor real quick.
Sure.
Can you look through my room and see if you can find my books? Because I wanted to hide them.
Hide and seek. Got it.
But I need somebody to check, make sure I hid them well enough.
I thought you were saying that they were missing, and I was like, wait a minute, I didn't do that.
Right now. No, I want to make sure I can keep them safe because I doubt I can bring them down there.
Okay.
Alright,
Good
fair
news.
Did I
bad
hide
news.
them well enough? That's my question.
Good news. Bad news.
Does the success mean he found them, or the success mean I hid them well
I found the books. No one else will.
enough? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, he had to
Alright,
look around
awesome.
for a little bit, so
Awesome.
you're good. They're not gonna find
Thank you
your
very
books.
much.
Yes.
No. Okay. No, we'll do this the fun way. Barrett takes 3 laps around your room.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately comes back, picks up your hand, dusts like the drywall cement from where you put it in the vents, and was
Right.
like, "Wash your hands first, otherwise you're good."
Thank you. I'll let you get back to changing into what this outfit
That.
is going to become.
There's at least one rip down the straight back of it of
Right.
Barrett put the jacket on too fast, got frustrated, and then has to try to sew it shut again when he does not have any of the skills.
Abernath.
What would
are
the skill be? Oh, it'd be a craft, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a craft.
I can take your picture. That's all I got. All right.
Well, I don't really have much experience at masked balls, and I really actually I'm pretty sure this is a trap of some kind, but it's a trap I want to walk to in open arms. They did not have army green for me to wear, so I just found a nice 2-piece suit in kind of a navy blue with gold epaulets, a la Matt Rippey from the Torchwood episode where Captain Jack Harkness meets the real Captain Jack Harkness, just not RAF because I'm not Flyboy. My mask is a simple Elizabeth Arden style mask with gold trim, which is an actual style of masquerade mask from the 1940s. So I'm actually going slightly older than the 1950s. One kind of important feature that not come with the master mask that I felt was important to buy was a little ring that has like a hidden compartment in it in case something needs to be poisoned or I need to ferret something quickly from the scene. So I also just
Or he
have
needs
like
to
a
snort
ring.
some mummy dust real quick.
You know what? Might still have some leftover mummies. You know, we're not in Britain, but maybe. It might make you live life everlasting. No one's ever said the mummies were bad for you.
On that note, Charlie, what are you wearing?
It's a common thing in Britain. They snorted mummies. It's what they did. That's why there were no mummies left.
Oh my god.
What are you wearing, Charlie?
So, as previously discussed, Charlie would not wear a dress if she had any other option. But as we are at a fancy ball, she is going to make a little bit of a concession, but not quite. She's still going to do her own thing. So if you were to see her sitting down, you would see the top half of her is in a very structured, very fitted, tailored suit, like a tux top. So it has very, very pointed shoulders and a very artistic sort of pointed lapel collar. But instead of a shirt underneath, there's a corset underneath that has the 3 buttons down the front of the corset that make it look sort of the tux buttons if you are. So then you have the cummerbund that comes across and sort of crosses over in the front. But then when she stands up, you see that instead of the coat stopping to her waist, it actually will go down all the way to a skirt, sort of silhouette. So sort of a cape, sort of like a very, very flowy, long coat. And it does mimic the A-line of a dress, but then she also is wearing, it's open in the front, and you see that she's wearing high-waisted, very tailored pants as well. So that's what she's wearing. And her mask is the same satin that her lapel is. So you have a little more of a shiny lapel than the rest of the tux. So it's that same satin, and it has some set in black stones as well.
Very nice.
And I have a picture because I got fixated. I'm gonna put it in our chat.
Okay. And Theo, what are you wearing?
Theo is going with basic black, and he is playing Zorro. He actually has his own whip, so he actually has an authentic. He actually has forego the party accoutrement to actually bring a real weapon to it, and it's just simply the black outfit that was in the movies from the early 19th century, and probably influenced a little bit by the Disney series that was starred Guy Williams, that was actually being shown at this time.
All right. Very, very nice.
Before we head downstairs, quick thing. Did anyone not share their information from the listen checks and everything like that before we come upstairs? Is anyone like sitting on it? Which is fine. I just want to know so that we can plan going ahead.
No, I would have said what I saw, heard.
Yep, and I did actually. There was one other thing I just almost forgot about it. I would stop in at Barrett, make sure he was doing okay with a costume, because I did have an idea that would work for him if his costume wasn't coming
Everybody
together.
wants to go visit Barrett.
Apparently, very popular.
Like trying to get dressed.
Well,
and
it was something
I'm trying
that
to sew it and like what?
No, it was just something in terms of a Franciscan monk. We get creative with that. That is a very open to variety of sizes, especially if you get creative with a blanket.
Yeah, if I like at this point, I'm now for like probably the first and a half time of re-sewing the stitch in the back of it. If this thing rips again, I'm taking the curtains. But yes, thank you.
All right.
So yes, we've described the guy in the pen, everything like that. All the information's out there.
Yep.
I will say there's of course the lovely moment of, unless anyone wants to correct me, of all of us getting ready to go to the elevator dinging, everyone getting on, and then the cut to Barrett trumping down the stairs.
He's just not even trying this time.
He's going to be real in character as the Beast when he first shows up, because he's going to be breathing heavy and everything.
Just not even thinking about it, watching everyone get on the elevator and going, oh, right. And then
Hulk hates stairs.
All right. So as you guys get back down to the ground floor, the entire ground floor is set up for this party. The restaurant and the bar are both open again. They have seating, but like for the restaurant, like the main floor of the restaurant, they have removed the table, so like the booths around the restaurant are there, and the rest of it's just kind of standing room. The bar has, again, tables kind of pushed up against the walls, and then there's some stools at the actual bar. You can order small dishes at the restaurant, and you can order drinks at the bar itself. They do have staff that is dressed. They all kind of look the same, but they're not wearing like waiter outfits. They're all kind of like in really nice suit pants and a nice shirt and a tie, and they're all wearing different masks. And they're circulating, and they have finger foods and drinks that they're taking around to people. The lounge itself has been turned into a dance floor, and there's a band playing on the small stage. The pool area is open, and there's people outside talking and dancing. One of the shops is still open, doing quick repairs on dresses or suits, masks, anything, like if you get a tear, if the string on your mask breaks.
I feel like at this point, Barrett's like, really, they had this service?
I think the thing, the elevator opens, and then Barrett is just staring. You can't see his expression because of the mask, just staring at the shop with a 1,000-yard stare.
They're also either selling or giving away masks. The masks they're giving away are very, very simple. They're black or white, and they just kind of cover the top part of your face, just very plain. Or they're selling more ornate masks of all different types. The decorations are all red and gold and black and silver. Everyone is wearing masks. You would be hard pressed to find one person here not wearing a mask. All of the guests, for the most part, are dressed to the nines, in very extravagant outfits. There are some people here, probably maybe 10-15% of the people here are in less extravagant outfits. But you guys kind of have the floor. You guys each heard, you guys have discussed what you had heard or seen on the way up to your rooms. But yeah, the floor is yours. What would you guys like to do?
One thing at least Barrett wants to do is I want to go and snag one of those. I think it's just background paranoia from being around Abernath without realizing that I should be paranoid being around Abernath. But I snag one of the free masks, and I want to just like check it over, run my fingers along the seams. I want to make sure it hasn't been tampered with in any way, or there's no sigils or things like that inside the mask itself.
Everything looks fine.
Okay, just double checking.
Okay.
What a good idea.
If you guys don't mind,
I may have the brain of a supervillain, but Barrett's trying to help.
if you guys don't mind, I would like to start with what Abernath is doing.
Oh God.
If that is okay with everyone.
Yeah.
It has to happen.
If we get out of the way,
is the wrong
we can
phrase
respond
for
to
it. I mean, okay is the wrong phrase, but we recognize it has to happen.
Fair enough. So as you guys all make your way down to the party, Abernath, where do you kind of gravitate to?
I gravitate toward the open bar because that's where I know that if Fredo is still in this damn building, I'm going to find him.
Okay.
That's who I'm looking for.
Okay.
Because he was. I'm gonna swear here on Shadows of Nox. So cover your ears if you're delicate. That fucker double crossed me, and I'm gonna find him, and I'm gonna do to him exactly what I did to Ollie. I'm just gonna keep doing it until they decide to stop double crossing me.
It is very interesting that you decided that you just said that. So you go down, and it is very crowded. There are a lot of people in this party. The bar is no exception. There are a ton of people in this bar, and it's kind of like one of those movie moments. Like the crowd kind of, disperses just enough. Yeah. So when you go into the bar, when you're looking into it, there are tables set up around the room, around the wall of the room. To the left is where the bar is, up against the left side of the wall over there. And then the open area, they've removed all the tables from like the middle area, and people are just standing room only. Tons of people in there. As you're looking for Fredo, the crowd kind of disperses enough for you to see in the back corner. You see a man sitting at a table by himself. There's a bottle on the table and there's 2 glasses. He is about 5'6", very slender, wearing a very, very nice tux. His mask is very, very intricate. It's black lace, and from a distance, you can't quite tell what the design is. The one important thing that you do notice is his bright green eyes. Do you start walking towards him? And I will say he's smoking a cigar and he's kind of staring at you, kind of giving you a small grin.
I'm gonna actually stop at the bar to order an Americano before I head over to him. And it's the drink Americano, not the coffee Americano.
Right. Okay.
But yes.
No, go ahead.
So I will head over and I'll sit down, and the first thing I'll say will be, if you think I'm drinking out of something you're offering me, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you.
Okay. So as you approach and you go to sit down, everything around you fades. And it's just you and this man in this bar, nobody else. You can hear faint music playing from the band, but it sounds like it's really, really far away. The bar itself was really loud because there's a lot of people and they were all talking, and it's very quiet now, except for just the faint sound of the band playing. The man sits, he's sitting there and he's smoking his cigar. Oh my God, his cigar. I was thinking about the band.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
While his cigar gently weeps.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So he's sitting there, he's smoking, and you do sit down at the table, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. He puts his cigar down in the ashtray for a moment, and he picks up the bottle and he pours himself a glass, and he says, "Are you sure you won't have one? It's a particular favorite of mine when I'm in the region." And he sets the bottle down. I'm sorry?
Should I have it?
It's completely up to you. It's a very delicious wine. And he takes a sip from his glass, and very, very nice.
Well, fine. I am indebted to you slightly, so I suppose it's only fair to repay the debt. And so I will pour myself that, and I'll slide my Americano to the side for later consumption. And then I will take a sip. Yes, I sip, but I keep my eyeballs on his eyeballs while I'm sipping. It's very impressive.
Okay. It is a very sweet wine. It tastes of date and honey. It's a particular type of wine that they make in this in several different places, but specifically here they make it from the date palm. And he sips his wine, he sets it down, he picks back up his cigar, and he just stares at you and kind of waits to see if there's anything that you want to say to him.
Am I going the right way?
He kind of chuckles and he says, "Kind of. We've been keeping a close eye on you. And I have to say, we're a fan. He
Oh, I
takes
do
a
that
slow sip
nod
of
in
wine.
real life, by the way.
Okay. He takes a slow sip of wine. He takes a long puff of his cigar, and he sits back in his chair, and he says, "You're all very important to the work that we're doing. You," and he kind of points at you with his cigar, "you especially. But going forward, it would be helpful to us if you could be a little more subtle with your work. Now, I'm not saying don't commit murder. By all means, commit all the murder you want. Uh, just make sure you're a little quiet about it. The group, it would be very helpful if they trusted you. It would be very helpful to us if you could help get them where we need them to be."
Bargain for a bargain, then. If I do my end at the end of this, whatever you want, I want you to send me back to the doctor. I want off this plane. And I want to go back where it's safe, where I won't have to deal with any of this anymore. That's the bargain. You can do whatever the hell you want. I just want to go back to the doctor where I belong.
He sips his wine, finishes it. He takes a couple more puffs of his cigar, and he says, "Mr. Quinn, I promise you, if you do this the way we need you to do this, it will all be worth it."
You could have been honest with me from the beginning, you know.
Where's the fun in that?
It's true. What I used to say in war. What's the fun if you can't be a little dishonest?
To be completely honest, we weren't sure you would do what we needed you to do, but you have shown your dedication to our cause, and I promise you it will all be worth it.
Good. I feel bad about Ollie, but he shouldn't have double-crossed me. That's what everyone learns in the end.
He just gives you a smile, and it is the most mischievous, knowing smile you have ever seen.
Is Fredo here? Or have they left already?
He stands and he puts out what's left of his cigar. And as he stands, you can kind of hear and feel that everything is coming back around you. The voices are starting to come back. It's starting to get a little louder. You're starting to see shadows of people fading back in to the reality. And as it gets louder and louder, and it kind of goes back to the way that it was, he leans in and gets close to your ear and says, I just lost my train of thought.
Fredo, I want to murder Fredo.
Fredo, thank you. I was like, wait a minute. I had this whole thing planned, and now I don't remember what I was going to say. Sorry.
Don't you hate it when your evil plan comes in fruition because you had a brain fart?
Sorry. Yes. So everything comes back. It's loud. The music is playing. People are here. He leans in and says, "What makes you think any of you are here?" And he's
That's a shot in the
gone.
dark.
You look up to say something, and he's just not there. He's gone.
I will chuckle the chuckle of the insane, and then I will drink my Americano and assume that the rest of the bottle that would sit down before me is poisoned. At least I know my Americano's not.
That is gone as well. The bottle, the
Oh.
2 glasses, the cigar, all of it is gone.
I don't miss a cigar.
You should never hallucinate your drink.
That's what the Americano was for. Because James Bond drank the Americano.
It's never a good sign.
All right, after all that, I'm just going to stalk through the party, and I'm trying to find Fredo.
Okay.
That is my mission at this moment in time. Also, maybe poison the punch if I have time, but mostly looking for Fredo. I was told to be subtle about things.
Goodness.
So, and this is for everybody. Any kind of roles that you're going to do that require you to notice a face, to notice a person, is going to be a hard roll because everybody is wearing masks.
Okay.
So that being said, you are absolutely you can do like a spot hidden if you want to try to see if you can spot him. It's going to be a hard roll though, because again, everybody's wearing masks. The only people that you know are the people that you came with because you know what they're wearing.
That's not the thing.
Really? A 15 out of 25? You know what, John? I hate you. I'm just kidding.
Look,
I love you.
I have to tell you, I don't know what it is, but Call of Cthulhu gets me, and I'm sure it's coming for a grand fall at the end of this. But for whatever reason, Call of Cthulhu has decided they like my personal brand of psychosis, and that I say, thank you, Cthulhu.
So you go through the entire party and you do not find Fredo. He is not here.
I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him good, though. He'll wish he was smothered, and I'm done with it.
What is everybody else doing at the party?
I am that couple that I spotted earlier.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was named Martin.
Mm-hmm.
I am looking for that couple. I do know their variety, their heights next to each other, and their rough sizes. I mean, I didn't take out a measuring tape and got the guy's inseam or the woman's waistline, but I have a rough idea of their sizes.
Okay.
So I'm looking
So I will give
for
you
them.
this offer.
Yep.
Either a hard spot hidden roll or a regular listen roll. Because you heard their voices.
Yep, I will go for a regular listen roll because that is my listen and spot hidden are the same.
What is with you guys and all of your passing? He got a 19 out of 50. That is awesome. It takes you a while to find them. They are kind of squished in a back corner in the restaurant. When you find them, the woman whose name you still don't know because he hasn't actually said her name, is nagging him relentlessly.
Yep.
You need to go find him. I don't know where he is. I don't know what he looks like, but you need to go find a way to find him because you need that grant money.
Okay. What does the woman look like in general? What costume is she wearing and how old is she?
They are both probably in their late 40s, early 50s. She is about 5'3". He is about 5'6". She has mousy brown hair, and it's kind of very, very straight, very almost like a severe like bob. She is wearing a purple dress. It has it's satin, it's very poofy shoulders and a very poofy skirt with just kind of like a plain bodice. And he is wearing a suit in the same purple. Just like the whole thing, he looks like Barney, like a purple shirt, purple pants. It's obvious that she dressed him to match her perfectly. They are both wearing she is wearing just like a plain black lace mask, and it matches, but it's a little bit wider around his face.
Okay. Is she attractive? I mean, for that age.
As far as you can tell, she She is not the most beautiful woman that you have ever seen.
Well, yeah, I've
but
seen.
she is pretty.
I mean, Priscilla's there, so yeah, that immediately eliminates the most beautiful
very
woman he's ever
true.
seen.
That's
But she's pretty. Okay. Then I am going to play the rakish one and make my way over there and with a flourishing spin, appear in front of her and ask her for a dance. What kind of roll is that? Charm or persuade?
I'm gonna let you decide. It sounds more like charm to me, but if you would rather try to do a persuade, that's fine.
No, I think charm definitely fits. Because what he's trying to do is oh wow.
Oof. Oof.
Yep.
He had to
Okay.
hit 45 or lower and he hit 80.
Yep. No, it's
So I'm gonna give you another chance, but the way this is gonna
The
work
first
is
of many drinks thrown in Theo's face this night.
no, she's excuse me, I'm with my husband. And he kind of looks at you and he gives you a look like, oh my god, please take this woman away from me for like 5 minutes. Excuse you, are you hitting on my wife, sir? Now if you'd like to try a persuade or a charm again to try to persuade or charm the husband into letting you dance with his wife.
There were upside down pineapples all over the place, right?
I didn't say
Or
that.
dance with the husband. Or dance with the husband. You know.
I'm just saying.
Sorry, it's Cthulhu. We start flipping the pineapples upside down, it'll happen anyway.
no, at this point,
got flipped over by tentacles.
no.
Tentacled pineapples, you say?
Actually, at this point, yeah, my story. Please, sir, I'm trying to. I accidentally overheard you, and I need to talk to that professor also. And me and your wife dancing together would give you the chance to look, while it would also give me the cover to be looking around the room. Wow. It would.
Hey, you want to spend some
How
luck?
much luck do you have to spend?
It would align our interests would align. Is what this is what this what is? Oh, actually, I know what it was. I was playing Rollmaster, another percentile game earlier, and I was really harsh on the players. So yeah, now I'm paying for it.
It's called karma.
It'll only take 46 luck if you want to.
No, I am not blowing all of my luck on this. It's not necessary. I just basically, actually, the question is, do I fail so badly that the guy throws a punch?
So, okay, here's the thing. A failed roll in Cthulhu doesn't necessarily mean that you don't get, like, it doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing.
Okay.
So in this instance, the wife gets very, very indignant and just, I never, and she like stomps off and she turns around and she's, Martin, aren't you coming? And he looks at her and he looks over at you and says, I'll look for him. I'll let you know if I find him. And then he walks back to his wife.
There must be somebody.
So yes, you did fail because you did not get to dance with her, but he is still going to at least attempt to assist you.
Oh, actually, they were off on a corner, so this wasn't too public.
No, it was not. I mean, there's still a lot of people in the restaurant, but everybody's pretty much minding their business.
He didn't fumble. He fumbled, it would have been.
Yeah. That, drinks in my, she would have tossed drinks in my face, all this rest of stuff. Okay. So at that point, okay. So somebody else could try something. I would just be making my way around the room, hunting for the professor.
Okay. Michael, what are you doing?
Let's see. People shared what they overheard and everything.
Mhm.
So there's a professor here. Do we know much about the professor that we're looking for?
No, but it sounds a lot like what Harold told you he did,
Right. Right.
and what you knew from Harold because you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be like kind of looking around the room and trying to read people essentially to try to see, because I mean I'm not gonna be able to spot a professor by their face because
Right.
of the mask. So I'm gonna try to like read the way people are carrying themselves and everything to try to see if I can spot a professor or a likely one that way somehow.
Okay, yeah. What kind of role do you want to do for that?
I'm thinking psychology.
Sounds good to me.
Yes.
Just barely. 40 out of 42.
Right, just
Wow.
barely.
Just barely.
You did
Which
it
one of
well.
these are walking and carrying themselves like an academic? Let me see.
You're welcome, man. I got the 80s out of the way.
Right.
There are several people here that
Mhm.
kind of carry themselves like they could potentially be an academic.
Mhm.
But as you kind of approach to get a better idea, like maybe you want to hear like the voice because you would recognize Harold's voice.
Mhm.
It doesn't, none of them sound like him.
Mhm.
And none of them are talking about um grants or anything like that. So
Mhm.
while they kind of are coming off academic, none of them, from what you can gather, none of them are actually academics.
Okay. And none of them are about the right height or like kind of build as
No,
Harold,
no, not
I
that you've
think. So
seen.
yeah, so it's not him specifically, as far as I can tell.
Mhm.
Um,
And I will kind of do this for both of you.
mhm.
As you're kind of circling around and you're reading
Mhm.
body language and you're kind of trying to listen out for voices that you recognize, um, the Martin comes back over to Theo a while later, and kind of tells you, "I only have a second. My wife went to the restroom." From what I can tell, the professor is a no-show. I overheard somebody talking about how he was expected here and he just didn't show up. So they're all actually really kind of mad that he just blew them off.
Crap. That's not gonna that won't go good for my expedition. That's gonna screw up you, isn't it? Ah, crap. Okay.
What
Thanks for the info. If I
Yeah.
hear anything different, I will try and get you the and try and get it to you. And I give him well actually no, I'm not gonna give him a name unless he offers one. Because
He gives you a business card.
gives me a business card. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
that's a fair point. There are business cards out there.
Mhm.
So yeah, I give him one for one of my Soldier of Fortune identities.
Okay.
And what the hell? Give it a shot. I tell him what room number I'm in.
Oh
If
my.
it's
He's hoping for a little, extra something later, probably.
no.
Yeah. He gives you a business card as well. His name is Martin St. James, and he puts his room number on the back of his card. He and his wife are in room 212. So that's the second floor of rooms. And I will say, Michael, as you're kind of circulating, you overhear people very like talking about how there was supposed to be this professor here, and he was a no-show, and they're very angry about that. So while
Okay.
you're trying to like read body language, that's
Mhm.
what you overhear as well.
Right.
Mr. St. James is he's a professor, and he was looking to get grant. He tells you he's looking for money. He wants to do some research in his field, and he was hoping to get a grant for it. But he says that if he hears anything else, he will contact you. At absolute worst, if he hears something, he'll leave a note with the concierge for your room.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. Sorry about earlier. It was my best idea, which doesn't mean it was a good one, but it was my best idea.
all of a sudden behind you, Martin, why aren't you dancing with me? You promised you would dance with me. And he just kind of sighs, says, yes, dear. And then he goes and takes his wife to the dance floor.
I've got one. If no one else
Yeah.
has anything at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm going on a cult hunt. Gonna bag a big one. I am circulating through the party.
A cult hunt.
Okay.
And I'm trying to find the gentleman I saw earlier with the pin. So it's gonna be a hard spot hidden check, right?
It is going to be a hard spot hidden check.
Whoa, extreme success.
Do you have a problem with that? Do we need to discuss this?
It's okay. We may or may not be there in reality. Who knows?
Yeah, probably not. Also, masks. People are wearing masks to you people.
So you find this man. He is wearing just a very, very stereotypical tuxedo. And again, his mask, it's just like one of those like half masks, like Phantom of the Opera type white half mask. He is not wearing the pin, however, on his tuxedo. But you know that this is him because you remember you saw his face and you know that this is the same man. But he is not wearing the pin.
Okay, so here comes the important part of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Bear no talk good. Bear no make good mouse sounds. Bear make break.
Does Bear need a little murder chihuahua to help with the mouth sounds?
Yeah, Bear'll swing by and pick up Charlie.
Probably literally, but
yeah, just like that one.
No, like other people are just like, oh, that he apparently really wants to dance with her. All right.
Dang, I gotta spend some time teaching him. You gotta kind of spin in and swoop them up off the ground.
Because it works so well for you.
Yeah.
Those who can't teach. Those who can't teach.
That is fair.
But yes, like it's whatever conversation Charlie is in, Barrett will walk over, ask if like basically mention, oh hey, like we wanted to go see this. There's some popcorn over here I wanted to show you. They have part of the hors d'oeuvres and everything. And basically, swoop Charlie off as long as Charlie's amenable. And then I will brief you on...
Important question before that. Do you respond to his popcorn call with the proper word?
It was arson, right?
Fire.
Close enough.
Yeah.
That's how arson happens.
Arson, fire, or Abernath are all acceptable answers for this.
First time it's used, it's technically wrong.
The arson.
We don't.
Yeah. Popcorn fire, yes.
But yes, so as we are making our way over there, I will fill in that I noticed what I noticed. Because yes, and basically to put a quiver, to put an arrow in her quiver of things to use. I can't talk good, but I can intimidate for obvious reasons. So all of my social skills suck except for intimidate for obvious reasons. So if you need me to do that, I will. But I'd rather not make a scene in the middle of the masquerade.
No, I'm here to help.
Bless you. Cthulhu, bless you.
Thank you.
So you guys go over to this gentleman. Again, he is taller than Harold was, and he is more homely looking. Harold was a very handsome man. This man is very kind of plain looking. Like he's not hideous, he's not ugly, but he's just kind of plain. He's the kind, if you saw him, you wouldn't think twice about him 5 seconds after you walked away. He is standing there. He has a drink in his hand. He's over by the pool area.
Good.
What would you like to do?
Hi.
Oh, hello. And like it's not very often he has such a beautiful woman come up and approach him. So he is just like he does not making eye contact, and he's visibly nervous.
Oh, are you okay?
Oh, yeah. Did you need something, miss?
Well, I was just wondering how your night was going.
Oh, it's better now. I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
No, that's so my friend and I had some questions. We were just wondering, you might be able to help a little bit. Because you seem, I just could tell from all the way across the room how smart you are. And I thought maybe you knew things. And I thought maybe you could be helpful to me.
You can see that his mind, where his mind is going when you say that. And he says, well, yeah. And he finally like looks at you and says, I can give you whatever help you need.
Ooh.
Me and my friend notice your vibe from across the masquerade.
And all the upset on pineapples
Excuse me,
are coming.
Are
Right,
you a
yeah.
Phantom of the
Yeah.
Opera? Because I noticed your vibe from across the masquerade. Thanks.
So she's gonna sort of look over and just sort of did you have any questions first? And then I can sort of go from there.
You reminded me of a friend of ours. His name was Gwitt, Dr. Harold Gwitt.
He looks up at you because I mean he is taller than Harold, but like
I would like to I would like to make it so that it's like, Charlie talking to him. I want to come in as like the other side of you have the pool or you have Barrett to go through. Those are your options now.
He looks up at you and you can see like his just face almost fall because he thought this like gorgeous woman was talking to him because she like was into him, and then she sees Barrett or he sees Barrett there and he's like,
no one has ever concerned that Barrett's into them. That's the sad part. It hurts.
I will make sure by the end of this campaign there will be an NPC that will be very excited about Barrett.
No, because I know it's going to be bad. I know it's going to be bad.
You don't know that. You don't know that. Barrett could find his true love. You don't know.
You never know.
You don't know.
Romance
His
happens
true
all
love
the
really
time
is in
when you
fact
least expect it.
Cthulhu. Cthulhu is your true love.
Aw.
Exactly.
Cthulhu is in fact a hot
looks up.
woman.
What was the name?
Harold Gwitt.
Harold. Harold is
He
Dear friend.
looks up at Barrett with like this disappointed look, and then he looks down at Charlie and just smiles. No, I don't.
her tits look so good right now. Also, I'd like to point out like we're talking
Like, it's just
really
there,
good
yeah.
cleavage because of the corset she has under her tuxedo. It's just like the best.
He's trying really hard to be a gentleman and not stare.
Barrett's tits are only so.
He noticed. Well, and see that's why he's into her, because her chest looks better
fair.
in the outfit. Like next time, get a better chest piece, and then maybe.
Or a cod piece, Be that kind of party.
Get a David Bowie-esque codpiece.
Obviously.
We're derailing.
Just down.
What rails? What rails
yeah.
did you think we were on to begin with, Andrew?
Imaginary ones. It's Cthulhu. Everything's imaginary.
So he looks at you, and again he's like trying really hard to be a gentleman and not like stare at your incredible chest. And he says, I'm sorry, I don't believe I recognize that name.
Are you sure?
And as she says, "Are you sure?" I reach up to my lapel where he had his pin, and I like tap my finger there.
Oh, do you mean that are you the pin that I was, is that you noticed my pin earlier? Is that?
Yes, our friend had something similar.
Oh no, I inherited that from my father. It's just something that I wear every so often. I don't.
What's the
Inherited.
you're bullshitting us skill?
Author.
Psychology.
How badly can I fail at this? Psychology? Oh, super bad at this. Can we just punch him?
So, yeah, you could do psychology. No, you can't punch him in the middle of the party right now. I mean, you technically
assure
can.
you I could punch him in the
You
middle of the party.
could,
right
yes,
now.
you could.
Okay,
Intimidate if you
also,
wanted,
the
yeah.
big bad that's not Cthulhu told me this may or may not be a party that actually exists or not.
Then it doesn't matter if I punch him. So psychology is
yeah.
the, are you lying?
Could do psychology, or you could do, I would say psychology to see if he's lying, or intimidate to make sure that he is telling you the
punching is
truth.
just a
Right.
type of psychology.
Then intimidate is what
That's
we're
all
going
punching
with.
is.
Yeah.
Back to the page.
Just hold him upside down by the ankles until it tells you what you need.
11 out of 45.
I'm sorry you had to deal with Barrett. I gave you other options.
He kind of stutters. He's very uncomfortable, and he says, "No. I inherited it from my dad. My dad passed away a couple of years ago, and I inherited it.
He gave him a stutter, Barrett.
Barrett breaks things: people, speech patterns, walls, all things.
Done.
I think I see somebody that I need to talk to, so I'm gonna excuse myself now. And as he's going, Charlie's just gonna like drag her sort of hand across his shoulders, like, "I'll see you later." He like the most blushes a little.
Mixed signals of his life.
He blushes a little bit, and he pulls out a business card from his pocket and puts his room number on it and hands it to Charlie.
Oh my god!
He probably like took all of his courage just to do that.
Shooting a shot.
He is. I'm so sorry, little guy.
Dr. Stanley Jacobs is his name.
Okay.
And he is in room 403.
Okay.
So I am really good at lockpicking, so I'm gonna go that way right now with my lockpicking.
Yeah, let's head that way.
I'm just saying.
Yep.
Fair enough. All right.
So I will say, as he wanders away, Barrett turns to Charlie and say, "Shall we go break and enter?"
We shall absolutely. Just a little light B&E for the evening.
I offer my arm as we walk out of the ball.
Just very completely. No one's gonna notice.
Yes.
You'd think I would learn by now. I don't know why I keep putting myself in these spots.
Don't worry. It's me in a room. It's me after breaking into a room. There will be a journal, and that will give us enough information.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We will get back to you guys in just a moment. Priscilla, what were you doing?
Do what you gotta do.
I honestly don't know. I was just going to mill about and try to see if I could pick up on any weird vibes, see if there was anybody I could really glean any information off of. Be charming enough to seem unassuming, but then
after you're charming, I could bring something to help bolster our team relationship and goodwill.
Oh God.
Give me
just ignoring you.
Yeah. I've already derailed this enough tonight.
I got instructions, okay?
Tunnel vision.
Devil.
Give me a listen or a spot hidden. I don't know which one is better for you.
I'm looking.
Let me see.
Spot hidden. I suck at it. Well, I'm gonna use my luck.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. We can make that work.
Oh, and yes, always the double check of if you get success on a rolls, make sure you're clicking the dot.
Yep.
If you actually roll, we're like 3 hours into these sessions.
Yeah.
So, as you're kind of wandering around and you're just trying to kind of like, just kind of get the lay of the land, see if there's anything like weird or like you notice anything. You kind of wander to where the lounge is, where the dance floor is. And you see a woman who is probably about 5'6", platinum blonde hair, bright blue eyes, very slender, very pretty, wearing a black dress, and it has kind of like black dress with like gold threading on it, almost like a princess dress, like very, very over the top, very, very, very extravagant, wearing a tiara, that you're pretty sure is like legit, like it looks, the stones in it look real.
Very real. Very
you
real.
see a woman next to her, kind of the opposite of her. She's about the same height. She is about the same size. Like they're both very slender. They're about 5'6". This woman has black hair, dark eyes. She's wearing a deep red dress, but it's just kind of plain. Like it's pretty, but it's just kind of plain. It's satin. It just kind of falls. I'm not good with fashion. Like spaghetti straps, like thick straps, and then just kind of like a sweetheart bodice, and it just kind of falls, just like clean lines all the way down. It's very long. The masks that they're wearing kind of match, but the woman wearing the big fancy dress, hers is, obviously way more over the top. It almost looks like a butterfly, and it kind of matches the colors of her dress and her crown. While the other woman, the mask is again like a butterfly, but it's not as detailed as the other woman's. There's a man that walks up to them, and he's about 6'7". He's very, very tall. Very, again, thin, very, very attractive, very muscular, bright blue eyes. He kind of comes over and he puts his arm around the woman wearing the princess dress, and he kind of like gives the other woman a nod, and they're having a conversation. And then he gets on the microphone and I just want to thank all of you for being here to celebrate my beautiful wife, my queen, my Jacqueline. And he's just on the mic and he's just praising this woman, talking about the first time that they met and how he just immediately fell in love with her, how she like brings him all of the happiness in the world, and he just wants everybody to see just what a beautiful woman and just a kind-hearted person that she is. So based on what I think you heard, I think you were one of the ones that heard it, somebody from this other boat being the guest of honor. You can kind of, as you're kind of hearing this and you're seeing all this, you're kind of putting together that the woman in the red dress is this guest of honor that was from this other boat.
Okay. So that is who I want to talk to. Once they're all done having their little hoopla, I'm going to try to mosey my way on over and talk to this woman in this red dress.
Okay.
I'll be like, good evening. It is lovely evening, isn't it?
She kind of looks startled that you're talking to her, and she gets this little smile on her face, and she says in an American accent, but it's a little off. Like there's certain things that she says that the accent is just a little off. And she says, "Oh, well, hello. Are you enjoying the party?"
Oh, absolutely. It's quite an affair. I haven't experienced anything quite like this since I've been out of Australia. I just had to come over and say hello.
Well, I imagine that you don't see many parties like this on dig sites.
dun, dun, dun.
Yep.
Priscilla's like went from like being coy to her mouth like just dropping a little bit, and she's like, "Oh,
Punch her. Solve all problems with a punch.
Violence does not solve all
is
your
not-
problems.
And
That
has
is not the
no
way this
cause for
goes, though.
marriage.
I mean, that's how Vera's got
Our
it.
arson
Yeah.
does every now and then.
I'm just saying, popcorn, arson,
I'm
fire,
sorry. What
something.
was your response, Priscilla?
Priscilla's gonna go. I'm so sorry. I didn't happen to catch your name."
She pats your hand, says, "Dr. Byrne, come now."
Oh shit.
wasn't
Oh
her name.
shit.
What?
It's fine.
Also, that wasn't a name.
I think I know who this is, and this is all sorts of bad.
Well, oh no. I'm gonna scan the room for any of my compatriots really quickly.
Give me
Can
a
I
luck
see
roll.
anybody? Is anybody
Give me a luck
a
roll.
luck roll? Let's
I mean, I'm
roll
probably
this
still
luck.
scanning the room like I was earlier, but
Yeah.
You do not see anybody.
Oh no.
Oh, I don't. I do
Can I do a
not.
luck roll to see
Has-
if I'll? No, my luck is
No.
awful, so I guess.
I- okay. I would try it, but
As she pats your hand and says, "Dr. Byrne, come now," you kind of have a similar thing happen to you that happened to Abernath, where the party starts to fade away and it's just the two of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of notice it when you're like looking around for the rest of your group. You kind of notice that everybody else is fading away, and you realize just how quiet it is.
Oh, this is not. This is less than ideal, I would say. Who are you?
She gives you a smile and she says, "I am just part of something way bigger than any of us.
Oh, I hate that. I hate this. I hate this fucking cult shit.
And you have a very important part to play, Dr. Byrne. You all have a very important part to play. And I look forward to seeing you at the end."
It's fucking cult shit right there.
Is that so?
It is indeed.
Who I am is not important.
Well, if you're going to continue to be mysterious, good day.
Good
evening.
It is a masked party. Of course I'm going to be mysterious, my dear. I will give you one important piece of information, though.
I would love that.
All 6 of you are needed to get into the crypt. The door cannot be opened without all 6 of you. And you cannot stop what is going to happen unless you go into that crypt. So you have a very long journey ahead of you. And I hope you're enjoying this party, because you all really need to get along your way, because we need to get this done.
Oh.
I feel like at this point, Priscilla would have just like dropped her glass on the floor.
Okay. As you drop your glass on the floor and it shatters, the party comes roaring back around you. Everybody is back around you, except the woman in front of you. She is now gone. I told you guys would have a lot to talk about after the party. I was not lying.
Cthulhu, bless you.
Sorry, my allergy medicine starts to wear off.
No
No worries.
worries.
Do I find any of the others at the party as I'm still looking around?
Yes. As you're looking around, you find everybody except for Charlie and Barrett, who have gone upstairs to their room.
Did I see
Because of course
Charlie
they
and
did.
Barrett leave?
What was your?
I mean, Barrett. He's,
Right, yeah.
He's a head
Kinda
taller
hard
than
to
everybody
lose
else.
peace amongst the crowd here.
Yeah.
It all depends on like how close like the pool entrance is to everything else, because everything else was in the party. We were out by the pool and suddenly we went directly up. So
You would still need to go back in to the into the.
but I mean, like,
thing.
how much would have to come in from the pool? Like, how much of the party we would cut across for that? Because yes, there is. If it was just Charlie, there'd be a slight gap in the crowd. But Barrett is head and
I would
shoulders
say-
above everybody.
Yeah, I would say you see Priscilla, you see Abernath at some point, you see Theo, and then you see Barrett kind of walking out to go towards the front desk, towards the stairs.
With someone in his arm.
Yes,
So they did
somebody
go
on his arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody on his
Did I
arm.
recognize
Let me-
who it was based on the outfit, at least?
I'm probably going to say
The way
probably not,
the
because I
rope
think
was?
Charlie
Okay.
is shorter, isn't? How tall is
She is.
Charlie?
Yeah, she's little.
Yeah.
She's like 5'2".
Yeah, so you see Barrett and you see his arm like out because he's tall, and you can kind of see like an arm up hooked over it.
Sailors, man. Somebody at every port.
Right.
We're incorrigible.
All right.
Oh, I'm gonna get in so much trouble when I see him. When I congratulate him on getting lucky.
She's gonna murder everyone.
Yeah.
She got a brand new shiny knife before she left.
She's
I
gonna
like
murder
to point
everybody
out.
but Priscilla, and then Priscilla's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I saw someone who told me we need all 6 of us." Cool.
Whoopsies.
I haven't done anything, okay? I have
I
been
think
a
I'm probably
perfect
going
angel.
to, after that, go up to Theo.
Okay.
So I'll just go up and
Sorry,
there you
it
go.
just hit me.
How's the party going for you?
That professor I was trying to connect with for that, special scientific endeavor to help pay for popcorn.
Fire away. Sure, go ahead.
See, that's how you do it, guys. We slipped it right into the conversation.
I'm sorry, we did.
we did just fine. Okay, I said a similar word.
I know,
to the
but
thing, and it was-
it's been over 2 hours since I mansplained.
He's got to get a quota, right? He's got,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, he apparently bailed on this party.
Yeah. Well,
So,
it seemed like Beast just left with Beauty of some kind.
good.
I don't know.
Okay, trust me.
I didn't recognize that it was Charlie. I'm just, it was a woman.
Oh.
That's all I know.
I didn't.
Right.
I mean, I'm not gonna blame him. It's you get a chance, you gotta take advantage of it. But
Yes,
Everyone deserves some lovin'.
I'm
Just saying.
I'm an academic, all right?
Especially Barrett. Barrett's had it hard
Very
enough,
good.
y'all.
Yeah, no, I did say
Barrett's had it hard enough.
hey,
You guys don't know the half of it.
you don't.
Yeah, that's the problem. All of Barrett's secrets are just more sadness for Barrett in the background.
All right, well,
Did we ever find out who this professor was that we needed?
didn't I know it? I think
No, nobody ever said a name.
nobody ever said a name. Okay, I thought they.
I was
Alright.
trying to overhear it because while people were talking about the fact that they didn't show, but I wasn't able to get that part.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Talking about the professor, but they weren't. Yeah. The museum. Yeah. Okay. They did not. All right, let's. You connected with Abernath or Charlie or Lottie or not Lottie, the doc?
Yeah, I haven't yet. I did catch that Dr. Byrne was talking to someone, but last I saw that conversation was done. That's all I was able to see.
All right. Let's
Haven't actually seen Abernath in a bit.
why don't you track down Abernath? I'll try to track down the doc and Charlie, and
All right.
make sure that everybody is still sane.
Alive.
Yeah, that helps too. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll try.
Just remember, sanity is subjective.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a number on my character sheet.
I know. It's a very concrete, defined number. It's not. All right.
But it is changeable. It's
While
exceptionally
the two of you are
immutable.
kind of looking for Abernath and Priscilla, we are going to go up to the 4th floor, where Charlie and Barrett are trying to break into, what did I say, 403?
Yep.
Hmm.
Sure,
Or
403.
something like that. Yeah. They might just be at the wrong door at this point.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Give me the lockpicking roll, please. Oh, 30, 57 out of 32. Okay.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Is it my turn
Either
to
spend
try?
luck or push the roll.
That's a lot of luck.
Pushing the roll. Well, you
What does that mean?
can't you push the
you
rolls?
get a reroll, but the consequences would be worse if you fail.
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
Okay.
Hey.
That got really
All right.
exciting for half a second. I
Yeah.
won't lie.
Like, what's gonna happen?
Everything. Right.
So I'm not going to make you guys do any kind of rolls in the room to search. The good doctor is, he's not really hiding anything. Is there
All his
anything in
sensitive
particular?
information's just sitting on the bed. Is what I'm hearing.
Like his passport is there, everything, like just
Right.
for
Is
anybody.
there a journal
Fine.
that
Yeah.
can be open?
When I find his journal, not
Where's
if,
the
when I
journal?
find the journal.
What
Mist.
exactly are you looking for in this room?
My short list are the pin
Pin?
itself. Yeah.
Mhm.
Passport. I want to look through where he's been in the past ever, but
Okay.
more specifically the past couple of years.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just trying to cause chaos. I didn't have an actual goal in mind.
Love it.
She just gets the lock and goes like, "Oh,
It sounds like a good
that was
plan.
the end of my plan right there."
Basically, anything else that has the sigil of Cthulhu, or anything if he's been to Valparaiso or anything in South America, like any correlation that on the big imaginary wall in Barrett's head that has all the red cords on it, if anything of that is going to apply to any of that. And yes, because he was kind of getting flustered and staring at Charlie, we're going to completely fuck with his room afterwards.
Absolutely.
So okay. So the first thing, the passport is you're very able to spot that right away. He has been to South America a couple of years ago. He was in Brazil, but he was not in any of the places that were listed in the journal that you found. He is a doctor. He is a medical doctor, and he travels a lot. Kind of like Doctors Without Borders type thing. Like he goes to try to like volunteer his time to like help other countries.
What's his specialty?
Or is he a GP?
Is his specialty Cthulhu? Is it a Cthulhu specialty?
Is he
He's a surgeon.
Is he
He's a surgeon. We'll say he's a surgeon. Sure. I didn't actually go this far into his character, so we're just gonna make this shit up as I go. He's a surgeon.
Okay.
Is he a repo man?
No, he volunteers his time to other countries. He goes and teaches, and he goes and kind of like an exchange program, I suppose. Like he goes and he like learns from them, like learns the techniques that they're doing, and he kind of teaches his techniques. I don't know if that's a real thing. It is now because I said so.
Yeah.
It is now. He has been to Germany. He has been to France. He has been, this is his second time in Africa. He was in London once, but it was a number of years ago. So it does actually kind of look like he's just here for the party. There's nothing in his passport that screams, I'm in a weird Cthulhu cult. You do not find the pin. The pin is nowhere in this room.
Okay.
I don't like that.
And you don't find a journal, because I didn't plan for one.
Curse
No
it.
journal this time. Congratulations.
Barrett feels bereft without finding a journal. Every time Barrett searches something, he finds a journal.
I know.
Journals are just Barrett has a theory that journals just spontaneously generate around him.
This person is very vanilla. He is very boring. He does his job. He eats bland food. He is just a very vanilla person. It does not seem like he is into anything interesting.
I think it would have been great if Barrett found a journal, but it was just a journal. Yeah. There was nothing in it.
It is literally like day 1 had toast, day 2 had toast, day 3 had toast. I will say this one last thing because of my ridiculous spot hidden on things. I do want to see if I can find the suit jacket that he was wearing, and see if there was is there a hole where the pin should be, or was I hallucinating the pin?
Give me a luck roll. We're gonna find out. Actually,
do I
want to make you do luck, or do I want to make you do sanity?
Your choice.
Or we're just gonna do luck. We'll do sanity in a little bit.
Yeah, that's not gonna.
You can't tell.
Okay. So then I guess all that's left to do is gremlin work of like unscrewing the caps on anything he's got and like making sure that
just fucking with him.
Yeah. just completely fucking with him, and then also moving the bed because I'm Barrett like 3 inches to the left.
Housekeepers
move like anything he has in the drawers, like switch the drawers that things are in.
Yeah, just general gremlin work, and also basically nothing that's gonna harm anything in the room, but things that will fuck up his proprioception when he walks in, because he expected the bed to be here, but it's like a couple inches more into the aisle, so he just completely stubs himself on it. Yeah, that kind of shit.
Put his passport under the bed.
Okay, so as the two of you do your little gremlin work and work your
one last thing. Passport, all important documents, we're going to do him a favor. We're putting them in the room safe that he did not set a code for and completely randomizing it.
That is a dick move, and I love it. Yeah, no worries. We're wrapping up. We're going to wrap up in a minute. So as the party is coming to an end, is there anything important that anybody else wants to do? I will tell you this, there is nothing really else for you to find. There's no other suspicious stuff for you to find in this party. Abernath.
I'm doing an important team building work of bringing everyone an avocado pear with French dressing, which is a dessert in this time period, as a way of building team. No, it's from James Bond. It was something James Bond ate. It was considered a dessert in the 1950s and 1960s. So
I'm sorry, an avocado pear with French dressing?
What even is that?
It's a half.
They also eat bananas in like hot dogs
with French dressing on it. It's literally that's the dessert.
Avocado I feel like that's dressing. Something you make someone as a prank.
That right.
So it was a thing. It was a real thing. It's an avocado pear. It's what they called avocados in Britain.
Fair enough. So this happens. We're just gonna kind of go over this happens, and we're just gonna let it happen. Is there anything else
for everyone?
Anybody else wants to do at this party before we wrap up the party portion and finish?
Yeah, I was just off looking for Abernath, but I might turn in the other direction once I see him with an avocado with French dressing.
Okay, so
you'll take your avocado and you'll like it.
You all make your way back up to your rooms for the night.
Can make sure my books are still there.
Your books are fine. I will say this: we will get into what everybody else, what all of everything you guys found out. We will get into that next session. You guys will have time to talk about it. There's just something very important I want to do before we end tonight.
Good.
Yep.
The next morning, you all get up, you get ready. As you're kind of all piling out of your rooms to check out, you're kind of all meeting in the hallway. You kind of all check out or come out at the same time. Johnny comes out of his room and he says, "Hey, what the hell did all y'all get up to last night? We were looking for you and we couldn't find you."
We were at the party.
What party?
I fucking knew it.
Go back and look at go.
One important thing that I did forget to mention before you guys left your room: the outfit that you were wearing is gone. The mask is still there wherever you put it, but the outfit is gone itself.
Are we naked?
No, like you're wearing no, like you were able to, like you went into your room after the party, you changed.
Yeah, it was
Wherever you
that kind
threw
of
the
party.
outfit.
We all woke up.
To be fair,
clothes.
Katie has been obsessed enough with this outfit. Charlie might have gone to bed in it.
It's
But-
legitimately, I love this thing, and I need to like make it a reality. Like I think it would be it's so pretty.
It is gorgeous. So yes, the outfits themselves that you wore are gone, but the masks that you wore are still wherever you put them. So however you guys like write that off, oh, like I'd been drinking, whatever.
Barrett
But yes, as you come
is
out, Johnny, there was
pissed.
no party.
He spent so long fixing that damn thing.
But yes, Johnny says, "What party?"
Ugh.
The one that was here?
Last night.
There was no party here last night. The fuck are you talking about?
Mm.
Was there like a secret ballroom or something that we didn't know, that we didn't find? What,
Maybe.
Yeah,
what are you
who had the
talking about?
newspapers? I'll go
I
find
had
the
the
newspapers.
newspapers. Go back into my room. The newspaper. Does it say the talk about the
Nope.
party?
It says nothing about the party. It's just general information about
Okay.
Monrovia.
Barrett followed me in, so I spin around while it's just him and me. Listen. So, do you still feel like you got laid last night?
I take a look. I look at him for a second, realize what he's saying, and I think gently pick Theo like a foot off the ground and say, "I left this party with Charlie last night to do things. If you insinuate around that, she will kill us all." Do you understand, or do you not leave this room?
However, you're threatening her. You're threatening him with me,
yeah,
not with
right,
like
Yeah,
his.
yeah. I was like, no, I don't want to
Crush
die
his skull.
by her hand. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I think we should fade to black on that.
Okay, yeah, we'll fade back on that conversation.
No, wait. Can we fade to black on there's an avocado pear with French dressing just still in Abernath's room? Just
That's fine. This
Yeah,
is
okay.
not where we're ending the session. There's one more thing that I want you guys to do
Okay,
first. But that conversation.
I come out of my room eating an avocado, even eating the avocado.
Then I
pear
call
with
dibs on the
French
fade to black in response to whatever, after whatever.
So as you guys are kind of going downstairs, kind of arguing with the guys from the boat that stayed in the hotel, because they're like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. There was no party here last night.
We're not arguing anymore, or at least I'm not.
Okay.
And I try and trust everybody, because at that point we can't look insane, and we had a shared delusion. So that means we're
More
not
than just a
insane.
delusion.
That's fair. Okay. As you make your way downstairs to check out, there are no decorations. The lounge that was turned into the dance floor is exactly the way it was. The furniture is there, the rugs are there. It does not look like a party took place here. The person behind the desk, the front desk, is a young woman. Caramel skin, brown hair, brown eyes, brown hair, really, really short hair, very straight. And she says, are you checking out?
Yes, actually, I had left a message with Isaiah last night.
I'm sorry, with who?
Isaiah?
Am I supposed to know who that is?
This is going well. No, we're gonna check out now.
Must have gotten the name wrong. My apologies.
Okay. And she proceeds to check you all out. And that is where we're going to end the session, with you guys having attended a party that apparently did not happen, after being checked in by a man who apparently does not exist.
Good.
Cool.
And next session, we're going to start with sanity rolls.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Yeah.
What I am really surprised is that there was no ill effects from us eating or drinking anything at that party.
I didn't
I
That
didn't.
you know
either.
of.
anything at that party for a
We'll
reason.
see. We'll see.
I tried to give you avocado.
I mean,
I refused.
Barrett ate for the sheer fact of the caloric intake to power Barrett is
Yes.
ridiculous.
Right.
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
But yeah, I hope you guys had fun at your masked party. That apparently did not happen.
Hey, I got a bunch of failures taken care of, so tomorrow night the game will
Right.
go much better.
There we
I
go.
hope it does. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed watching. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys got some maybe not good information, but at least interesting tonight. And next Sunday we will be. I don't remember. We
Yeah.
may be here next Sunday. We may not be. I don't remember if it's next
Watch the
Sunday or the Sunday
socials.
after.
Join the Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will pick back up with everybody back on the boat, being able to discuss everything that happened. We will do sanity rolls because that was enough to drive everybody crazy. But yeah, so thanks a lot for hanging out, and we will see you next time.
And next session we are good. Sorry, I just double checked the schedule. We're good next week, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
Everyone's concerned. But yes, for now. Bye. Love you.
Good night, folks.
Good night.